We're back with yet another episode of Lost Legends. We're going to start in our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Verdazin as.
Noah.
We have Cross Crescent as.
Iala.
We have Blackheart as.
Taryc.
We have Sammi as.
Nim.
We have Tobias.
Cassian.
And we have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Who would like to try to give a recap?
I'll do it.
Take it away.
Last time on Lost Legends, the party made their way into the Nola encampment, utilizing the age-old tradition of bribing powerful magical beings. The group stowed away in Nim's ring as Ara and Maltori infiltrated the camp. Harrowing sounds came from outside the ring as they traversed deeper into enemy territory until Ara managed to locate our target, her missing leader Orful. Leaving the ring, we stealthed inside to discover a workshop dedicated to black powder, with Orful hunched over his work. The sudden surprise of our arrival had him pull a strange device, only to soon learn that it was the ancient weapon known as a gun. Banned by the gods, their creation should be impossible, but Orful declared he had learned how to circumvent the decree. It is at this time Nim ends up getting a face full of Maldonium, turning Nim's inhibitions off and swearing up a storm that would make a sailor blush. The party attempts to escape, but Arful pleads to take the old matriarch instead, while he stayed behind to sabotage the encampment in a noble sacrifice. Not one to bargain with prisoners, the party told him to shut up as we rescue his sorry butt as they decide to sabotage the place themselves. Nim set off to detonate the black powder stores. Noah and Iala went to save Maltoria's construct Kellum while freeing a bound elemental, and Taryc and Cassian went to inform the Knoll matriarch on her imminent rescue. Nim, while avoiding the most alert Knoll ever conceived, managed to use her invisible servant to ignite the gunpowder with a provided fuse, causing the stores to erupt in a devastating conflagration. Tiny Iala and Caterpillar Noah managed to locate Kellen, but not before some form of Knoll shaman overwrote his allegiance in some sort of perverse ritual against Lasil. While tracking the shaman, the two witnessed the mighty bound fire elemental in the midst of some form of ceremony to convert it into a gunpowder elemental. Iala managed to cast suggestion on a poor sod of a Knoll, convincing him to drag a powder keg into the binding circle, releasing the creature and causing untold chaos amongst their ranks. Noah was there too. The chaos brought forth their leader, Fetch Fireblade, name pending, a truly infernal-looking Knoll with mighty wings and terrible horns. The beast managed to spot Iala, and with a single command pointed her out before doing battle with the fire elemental, and thus the chase was on. Meanwhile, Taryc and Cassian met with the matriarch Godry and her daughters, some of the last sane Knolls in the entire place. Godry resisted leaving, but her daughter secretly conversed with Taryc, telling her no matter what to take her to safety. It was at this time the chaos, the away teams began to become apparent. In a display of tactical foresight, Taryc laid down a pitfall trap, managing to capture a group of Knolls as they came to investigate the matriarch. Cassian and Taryc bared down on them with fire and ballista. Taryk's weapon began to whisper sweet whispers of carnage into her ears, however, and Taryc actually remembered to remember it this time. Meanwhile, the away team were harried by arrow, spear, and knoll. Through acrobatics in a well-placed sleet storm, they managed to elude their pursuers. the group met up, and Maltori escaped with the Knoll matriarch and her daughters, and Cassian escaped with the rest of the party. Having dealt a powerful blow to the Knoll invaders, the party now must contend with the mother of the invading force, as well as the inventor of an actual god-forsaken weapon. This time on Lost Legends, a fistful of silvers.
What about a fistful of silvers more?
That's next episode.
The good, bad, and Noli.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Everybody refresh your inspiration, and you will get a bonus inspiration for the recap. Congratulations. And yeah, we're going to pick up about where we left off. You are in your home with this this strange band of gnolls, the inventor of the firearm here, and what would you like to do? The gnolls are currently sniffing about, roaming about, just almost rudely investigating your home. You know, they're taking things off shelves, looking them over. The two older gnolls that seem about on age par with the matriarch are sort of staying close to doors and windows, peering out at them suspiciously, while the two younger ones are doing the roaming and exploring. And the very young Noel is actually sort of staying close to your group, like hiding behind furniture, doorways, and so on, but curiously peering.
These are the ones you're talking about. Are all the ones we saved, not the one
Not. No, he's still in the corner.
Okay.
He's a
Just
bad
making
puppy.
sure. He's not a bad puppy. He just gave in to peer pressure.
He did the
I can
drugs.
fix him.
He's a
I
bad
can
puppy.
fix him. I can fix him.
I have the dagger if you want to fix him.
Well, matriarch, welcome to our abode.
Your boat?
Abode,
A boat?
home,
It means home.
a base of operations.
Where will I sleep?
That's a good question. Not it.
I am willing to give up my bedroom. I can Saeed and I can sleep down in the basement.
Her eyes sort of set on you, Taryc, before they like give you you get a little bit of a frown, and you see her gaze drift over to Cassian and Maltori. Your bed.
I'm just curious which one is she? Is she directed at that at Maltori or Cassian? Or
Sort of
just
questioning
kind of
you.
at both? Yes, I'm willing to give it for you.
There is a little sort of disapproving click from her drawers before she just nods and goes, "Then show me."
I will lead them up to my room.
Hala, you with me. Renda, you talk to them. Yes, she says, addressing the two elder gnolls that have been sort of pacing about, keeping watch. One of them nods and sort of moves to follow Taryc and the matriarch, while the other sort of looks over to the group of you and moves away from the windows. The two younger gnolls now sort of taking up what the elders were doing, moving to the perimeter.
Which of those two is the one that told me to take the matriarch, whether she decided to or not?
Renda, the one that has been told to talk to the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the other one again?
Parla.
And you're still little baby Taryc, right?
Yes. Yeah. 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You could ask.
I mean, the thing is, Taryc doesn't care.
The matriarch will follow the small child along with what is one of her daughters or sisters. It's a little hard to tell. Actually, I think Taryc, you'd be able to tell that they seem to be on the same age. You can see some similarities. You think that the two older gnolls are the matriarch's sisters.
Okay.
And yeah, you are able to take her to your room where she will gladly settle back down. She's carrying a lot of weight and doesn't seem too comfortable moving about, despite clearly
On the
putting on a
bright side,
strong of it.
Taryc has a big room with a nice big bed,
Yeah.
so
As a curiosity, since we're going in there, and I know Saeed's still here because is he in the room when we walk in? Because I can see him.
Sure. In fact, he's sort of the bed's lifted a bit because he seems to have tried to crawl under it. You can hear the swoosh of a tail excitedly thumping on the floor as you enter. The bed shifting more as he stands up and tries to wiggle out.
oh no,
gonna
that's
help-
a really, really big animal for you right now.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna lift. I'm gonna go over and lift the bed
Uh,
and get him out.
You lift the bed, your little arms raising the bed up above your head. And as you do so, like Saeed's face presses against you, like snuffling frantically, recognizing your scent but confused.
Saeed.
None of your commands will now work because Saeed is going berserk. Excited confusion of recognize owner, don't recognize owner, and you're gonna have to deal with that for a bit.
Also, Saeed likes children.
Uh-huh. You
Yes,
may
I
get
know,
picked up and packed around.
On the plus side, I'm strong enough to wrestle him if I need to.
Only you can reach the ground.
I don't need to. I just need to reach the TARDIS.
Brenda is going to sort of address the rest of you, though. She sort of marches over and goes, "Why did you come to our aid?"
To be honest, it wasn't originally in the plan. We were there for Arful. He had sent us a message to to meet with him. Well, to Arwa at least, and we decided to do a rescue mission. But Arful wouldn't leave without you guys. So
Brenda's attention snaps over to Awful when you say that, and he just shrugs his shoulders a little bit and goes, "Needed you to get out." Yeah. And he just looks a little bashful. Brenda turning her attention back to you, Iala. So, you came without a plan?
Well, our plan was to rescue people, and that seems to have worked very well. So,
But no
I
plan
think-
means no aim of repayment.
well,
No bond owed?
Ialia's tail is twitching, her draconic greed going, starting to surface again. But she can't think of anything on the spot.
well, technically, I guess not. Our aim was to just rescue
Then-
Arful.
Simply bond of opportunity, then. And she is actually going to she's going to give the group an appraising look. Can everyone who's still downstairs, sans Cassian, I'm sorry, you get automatically dismissed for being a dude, roll me a charisma check.
I'm glad
I
I'm not
ask-
there.
A question?
Yes.
Me and Arwa went in ahead of everybody. 'cause
Yeah, you
Arwa
were going
would
to your
be
room,
inside.
weren't you?
Yeah, am I? I'm assuming I'm not there, so I don't do a roll.
Yeah, you wouldn't do a room unless you wanted to, excuse yourself being down there with Arwa. If you
Nah,
wanted to
that's fine.
hang back. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, she's going to assume that Iala is the leader here.
You versus the girl she warns you about, tells you not to worry about.
And she is simply Iala, you see her chomp on her hand. Most of the force going into like the lower jaw, piercing her palm lightly with one of her fangs. And then she's just going to hold that fist out to you, clenched, blood dripping.
She looks at it, is slightly concerned. That am I? She puts out her own hand.
You must draw blood.
Ah, I see. Is this some sort of knowledge
Shows
ritual?
our bond. This one of opportunity.
Ah, I see. She nods, thinks about it, and she just kind of takes out. She just kind of draws one of her claws across her wrist and not her wrist, her palm.
Don't do that.
And
Yes, please do not.
bring it returns the gesture.
There's that familiar sort of click noise from her jaw that you're starting to learn as sort of knowledge dismissiveness. And she just reaches out her other hand, taking yours, uncurling your palm, and bring it under her clenched fist, where she squeezes tighter, and blood drips into your palm and mingles with your own blood. That is yours.
Okay. Thank you. She still looks a little bit confused, but she takes the gesture gracefully.
She then sort of just reaches into actually she doesn't have that. She'll actually just take a bit of fabric from her outfit, does a little tear, and just wraps it around her palm. And she goes, "Well, you are the prey right now, yes?"
I believe we are the target of the horde, at least. I assume that you don't you're not exactly keen on what they're doing, seeing as you've kept in a tent alone.
We are not keen on our lack of choice in matter.
Mm-hmm.
Do not get us wrong. You are prey of opportunity.
Well, we don't see ourselves as prey in this situation, since it was we who managed to extract you from this.
No, not prey of opportunity for us, but in the world for us. We do not always hunt your kind. Sometimes we talk, sometimes we trade, sometimes we make friend, but sometimes you are meat. But this is more. You are not a rival tribe. Your land is not one we want, and this is all above what a hunt is.
When did this start happening? When did forgive me to say, did the matriarch lose her standing in this?
Complicated answer. Some would say when Kretch arrive and defeat her. But I say before then, long before then. Whispers, the looks, the talks. When the
The
strange man arrived.
Strange man.
And Orphal's actually going to clear his throat and step forward a bit. I think I can lend some knowledge there, though. Your companions would be good to have everybody, perhaps.
Yeah. You have some explaining to do.
On that, we cut over to Nim and Awa. Nim,
Yes.
Awa, sort of went up to your room with you, and has been very, very gentle. A little bit cuddling, although you can tell despite her confidence, you can see like. Actually, give me an insight check on Awa, would you?
Okay.
It's a little hard to tell. It might be her being a bit reserved, or maybe she's trying not to spook you. But like, there's definitely some hesitance there underlying her confidence. But she's been very sweet, just holding hands with you, pulling you in against her as she sits on your bed with you. And
Oh.
she's just being very sweet, gentle, and yeah.
You should be downstairs with Orphle right now.
Orphle can wait. I do not know if I am angry at him yet.
He deserves your anger, but you did just lead a group of adventurers into a big scary null encampment to save the man you love. So, and he is probably having his own stupidity and realizations right now, and I
You
bet you that the
say I
one
love him?
person... I think so, yeah.
She sort of glances upwards a bit and rolls her shoulders and goes, I think maybe as family I love. Not a father, but something. But
Easy, uncle.
it's not well. She gives you a wry smile and goes, this is not attracted love, not like you.
It is okay, you don't have to humor me.
I am not humoring you. And she actually just sort of like leans down and kisses your forehead a bit. Actually, she doesn't have to lean down. She just kisses your forehead, leans over. And she goes, you are charming. You are very cute. You're very beautiful. And your words did delight and entice me. Even though I think maybe they weren't words that you wanted to let out.
It is talking like that usually spook people away.
I like the dialectness. People in this place, they can be bashful.
I just could not get it out of my head that you would always remember that you lost this man who was important to you because I could not help, and that you would never... you would never see me the same, and it made me say stupid things.
Yeah, she frowns a little bit and goes, Nim, you do not think you owe me anything, do you?
I don't know. I am not good at... I am not good at making relationships work.
He nods slowly.
I have confession. I am not at all seasoned in any way.
She just quirks an eyebrow a bit before she actually sort of like just nudges you playfully with her shoulder and goes, darling, I know, I could tell.
Oh, the shoulder slump.
She as if she expected that response. An arm just sort of goes around you and gives you a squeeze and goes, there's no shame in that, though. I confess, I I wish I had been more careful and selected myself. Our culture, there are many good aspects, but there are things to learn here as well, and I have come to regret some of my past, so don't take shame in not having given yourself over to somebody that matters yet.
I think I am just afraid that time won't come.
Well, she turns to face you a bit more, like releasing a grasp on you, only just to take both of your hand in hers, giving you a very serious look. And she goes, "Tonight you are vulnerable. Yes, it has been not a great night.
That is not a good night. I will be honest. I know you are up here because you feel a lot of pity for me, and
She shakes her head.
The joke did not get past me about
It is not
bringing
pity.
the thirsty, tricksy water.
Yep.
Yes.
I am very serious when I say that I would delight in spending the night's company with you. I like you a lot. And unlike a lot of our countrymen, I am far more careful in who I choose to spend my time with. But tonight it can wait because I do not want to feel like I have tricked you into anything or taken advantage of your state. So, you are going to put your chin up. You are going to get through tonight. And then tomorrow, if you still feel like you would spend time with me, it would be my supreme honor and pleasure.
Going to lean into her a little bit. We will see how we are both feeling tomorrow.
She just she nods and gives you another squeeze and goes, says, "We have some kinship, I think. It may have been for different means, but I don't think either of us had the most delightful childhood, no?
I should not be as upset as I am. I think it is. I mean, I did not starve. I did not have to be an orphanage like Cassian.
Not starve either. I was well fed. I received affection. And yet, when I think of my childhood, my heart aches. Different kinds of unfairness exist. Just because one might think someone else is worse does not mean that you cannot feel bad of your own, no?
Maybe.
Instead, we
But-
commiserate. Yes.
Yes, if you miserate. Well, at any rate, we are probably going to cause problems if we stay up here, because somebody is going to say, "Oh, what did you see, Nim? What did you see, Arwa? Because we heard you when you were making noise about the scary thing. I'm assuming you saw the big demon knoll that we saw."
Yes, it looks like he has the fiendishness of, well, she sort of gestures at her back, like motioning where wings would be. Makes a little motion of horns.
I think I was too angry to be scared. There was something kind of great about that, you know? I just wholly giving into that emotion. I just wanted to burn their whole camp down.
Well, we may have opportunity yet, huh?
I doubt it. I think that we have hard facts to face, and I have led us all astray. There are too many gnolls, and they have control over undeath, just like Matori, right?
Yes,
That
seeing
means
that place, it kind of puts
all
into
those-
perspective what we are.
all those gnolls I just killed, all those gnolls Iala and Noah killed, gnolls that Cassian and Taryc killed, they aren't gone. The force has not gotten any smaller. We'll starve them, but it won't matter.
I know that Matori cannot raise up something that is completely... And she sort of motions, like, mimicking that explosion. So-
They did kind of liquefy, but that's still a
So
lot
I think
of
you'll remove some at
gnolls.
least.
Maybe some, but I don't know.
And the
I had to kind
elemental.
of get behind the tent. It seems like a lot. Maybe I did the wrong thing. I should not have talked people in town into staying. Maybe they should have taken their chances and run.
Then we would just be waiting at the next town or the next town, right? We're going to be heroes. Stop it. Yeah.
You know, I have been reading a lot of book stuff on Bahamut. There aren't very many heroes that well, they seem to go down in a blaze of glory.
Oh, they just not their aim.
That is an admirable goal, I think, to be the kind of hero who lives to old age and dies in their sleep.
Yeah, I quite like the idea of getting more lines on his face. Maybe a nice cane. The Clara lady. She seems an admirable girl.
Yes, she is a good role model.
We will keep that in mind. No blazes of glory for us.
Is this what you look like?
That is a hard question for me. What I look like is not what I think of myself as.
I think that is the question I have, because this is what you look like, but when you know you, that is also what you look like. It is still Arwa to me, but is this what you feel is you?
She frowns a bit and just sort of touches her own face and goes, "This face is the face of the lady that raised me. When I was a little girl, I modeled myself on her. I thought of her as my mother. When she cast me out, I took on a different form for a while. I ran off. Another childhood with the Knolls, you know."
Oh, this is why you speak Taryc's tongue.
Yes. And sometimes I think of that as me, you know? But eventually I came to accept what had happened, and this face, it was easier to get around with. And my true face, what people would say is my real face, it means nothing to me. I do not use it.
I don't mind whatever face you use.
She gives you a little squeeze again and goes, "No, I'll say, this is fun to have the face hold this small. This is a new experience for me."
Oh, can you get this small normally?
No. No, this is a first.
That's the first. You could really mess with Miller.
That's she frowns. It's dangerous.
Yes, there is a lot of danger, Stabby. I notice your group is very suspicious.
Comes with the line of work. Shall we?
Let us get back downstairs.
She hops off your bed and just holds her hand out to you.
Yep, I'll hop off. Yeah.
Right. You both migrate downstairs. Taryc?
I was just saying, I have to ask the obvious question. They're going to find me being dragged around.
Taryc, give me an athletics check and roll one for Saeed, please.
Okay. I'll start with mine.
And I'm going to give you disadvantage because of your scale right now.
Nice.
Disadvantage on my end.
Okay, 15.
And
Saeed gets advantage.
Saeed- Oh wow, Saeed has a full character sheet. Hmm.
Yeah.
Where's athletics? I'll roll twice because I
Mhm.
didn't have it set for both. So
Okay.
Oh,
So
you wrangled
Nim,
Saeed.
you will come outside into the hallway to find Saeed and Taryc wrestling. Taryc is getting the upper hand. Has like one of Saeed's legs sort of pinned up, arms latched around neck, trying to shift Saeed off of them. But like Saeed seems to be intently trying to almost push Taryc along the floor. Mouth gripping in a play bite, but gripping nonetheless.
I know for a fact that the Taryc must be cheating, so I'll cast guidance on Saeed and give them a bonus athletics check.
Yeah.
Good.
you have to touch it. You have to touch them for
No.
guidance.
Not anymore. I might go over there and do this.
Okay, so it is a dead tie. They are just locked in this squabble. Yeah. I was just gonna sort of go. Do you need any help there?
I would appreciate some.
Uh,
I'm helping.
Don't cast on the creature. That's so mean. He sort of laughs a bit.
Saeed needs help.
I don't know how to really help here, so
Good luck.
good luck. All
I
right,
mean, you could technically take the ring off and probably help, but I don't know if you want in on that.
I am having fun. Right, Nim and I will move past you, Taryc. But you do eventually get yourself free. Say, just sort of like doing the laying down on belly, just like staring at you, excited for play.
The biggest tail thumps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him belly rubs and.
Renda
Where-
has basically sort of closed your own room's door, barring you from it.
Okay. That's fine. I will at some point catch them so I can actually get. Actually, I don't think I really have anything in there I need at this moment. So
And you guys can head downstairs, where the rest of your party are. Awful looking, like a little relieved that there is no fetch shenanigans needed to be done. Maltori does not appear to be in the room. Didn't really excuse himself, just he wasn't there. If people want to try and find him, they can, but he is not here. Right. Awful is looking quizzically as if like only now just sort of taking in Arwa's scale, but doesn't really mention anything of it. But you do catch that strange look, Nim, directed down your direction.
I mean, Arwen did a big thing of putting that ring on in front of him a little bit ago, so I guess
Yeah,
it's like,
but
he's
he's only just sort of like he's just been through a hectic little thing. He's only just like getting a
it's
chance
just
to process.
slowly piecing it together. Yeah.
And he goes, right, yes. So, I don't know what you all know, so I'm just going to start from the beginning for what I know. You're all aware of the demons in town?
Yes, we're aware of the
Yes.
7 bells.
Very.
I was approached by a demon. The usual offerings of giving you everything you desire in return for a favor, that kind of thing.
You were approached?
Yes.
Then you didn't just go into the bells and ask? Somebody actually came up to you?
He shakes his head and goes, somebody came up to me. I was visited by a man in a very strange outfit. Had breeches that were long, loose around the ankle, but very hugging of the leg. Even his jacket was thin, a style of tailoring I've never seen before. Had stripes running down it. Very, very queer look. But he came to me in my father's estate. Well, my brother's estate now, I suppose. And offered to tell me how to make what I wanted.
Like, like straight just gave you like an instruction booklet or something?
No. There was far more discussion than that, but if you mean the end results, essentially, yes, just gave me clarity. He told me where I'd need to go, who I need to talk to, and what I'd need to do. So I did. That's how I ended up meeting. He sort of gestures over at Parla, the no, sort of bobbing her head and goes, "We see this man as well. He approached my sister, the matriarch, tried to bargain with her. She said no. Told him to leave.
Did they have a name?
He called himself awful actually. So it goes. Called himself Mikey.
Mikey?
Mikey.
Strange name, yes.
Mikey. Striped pants.
I striped
Demon.
everything. His odd doublet, his hat,
Hat was stripy too. What colors?
black and white. Black the predominant thing. White stripes very thin.
Interesting. Never seen the like of it before.
No, even his
Sounds
hat
bizarre.
was bizarre. A strange, flat, almost crisp, solid thing.
Mikey is such a weird name for a demon.
It is. But, well, his right hand was queerly named as well, Mr. Deeds.
Wait, you mean he's Mr. D's boss?
I presume so. Mr. Deeds seems subservient to him.
Huh.
But still, yes, I needed access to priests, and, well, the Knolls are rather famous for that, no? And Pada sort of nods almost proudly and goes, "Yes, and we have made the gods' power bend to us. But this man, his denial from the matriarch, it was not lost of him. Did not see him again, but that is when talks started amongst the males. They become dissatisfied with position. And then, strange man show up, Kretch. You see, Kretch?
Kretch has demon flavor all over them.
Yes. He is not pure null. Impure male should be nothing. But he was mighty, and he was a unifier. My sister could not deny his challenge, though it would be her right to, because we could see how others looked to him. We could see what would happen. But it should be no problem for her to defeat him, and yet he won. You know this is great shame, yes?
She was allowed to live?
Yes. Kept. Subservient. And she actually snarls.
That is a level of cruelty among those, as I understand it.
Yes. Should have been killed.
Yes.
Still dishonorable to be defeated by male, but at least it ends.
This the dishonor does not continue, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, this guy sounds like a real piece of work.
Stretch is... do not know the right word for it. What is less
So
than
it
dirt?
is probably preferable that you are rescued by a group of very competent females and their subservient males.
Yes. I am glad to have met mighty leader of such group. And she she looks to you, Iala.
Blink, blink. I can accept this. She is my rival.
You wish to take the group?
Yes, we fight.
And as is supposed to be. Me and my sisters have fought many times.
I understand this, yes.
But it is good to be reminded when opponent is mightier.
Mhm.
But this dishonor. He has broken all the rules. And thus, I care not for rules now. I want his head. I want to wipe him and his followers. And her eyes drift over to the poor male Noel who's still like just sitting in the corner. You can actually all see that like that glow in his eyes has faded a bit more. He's actually quivering a bit more now, and it seems less in fear and more just his body is going through something.
Mhm.
I want their blood on my claws, my teeth.
Well, our goals kind of lined up because we kind of don't want them to go through all of our lands and kill everyone.
Did
So
anybody get a hold of like the guild leader or anybody and tell them that we have a whole bunch of new gnolls in town?
that's probably a good idea.
Isn't that like a reasonable thing that we should be doing? Is like telling people and also checking in?
I
Ye-
probably should not go and say that.
No,
Yeah.
it is probably a bad thing if you do it, Taryc.
There's-
They already soiled their pants when you come around.
we probably need someone with the ability to send them a message.
Hmm.
Turns to Cassian.
Cassian's what? Sorry.
We need someone to send them a message.
Send who a message?
The
What-
guild leader.
Cassian starts writing.
I will go. It'll be faster.
Nope, cat.
Where is...
Okay, so what do you exactly want to say? You got 25 words. Make it count.
Probably to coming. Should we
Word
ask?
for word.
Should we ask her to come here? Because it would we'd probably need to explain in greater detail what's happening than
I would use
25 words.
it would be wise to say request meeting at our mansion. Is it a
Im-
mansion? What is
im-
this?
This is a mansion, darling, yes.
Is it the dwelling? Yes, a mansion dwelling. We request a meeting at our dwelling. Have
Ur-
returned from strike on Knoll Camp. I
Uh,
think that's enough, right?
urgent. Urgent information. Assaulted Knoll Camp. Need to relay important revelations. Please come to Maltori residence as soon as possible.
All right, Cassian, you have your choice.
Cassian's writing stuff down.
The door opens up, and you hear, "Hey, children, I've contacted the guild mistress. She's on her way."
Oh,
Cassian just
That's why-
stops.
That's why Matori wasn't here. I'd send him a very
I'm sorry. I'm doing what Nim does. Practical shit, right?
Yeah.
That is good. I was just about to make Cassian do
Cassian,
that.
what are you writing? What?
I didn't know that you did it, so I was saying, hey, if
The boy
anybody
needs
comes
his
into
spell
the
slots. What are
computer-
you doing? No.
Oh,
No sending.
Oh,
ow.
okay.
My emotions. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, Cassian.
Sorry, Cassian.
Cassian's still writing.
Okay.
Cassian, stop.
Well, that's going to be a very bewildered guild master. Okay. What have I missed?
We were hearing the story of how Orful here fell into the clutches of the gnolls, and also about this Mikey. It is a demon with striped pants and clothing and hat. It is black and white.
Mikey.
Mikey, and they apparently
It's a ridiculous name.
I know. Yeah, I think they would have a more respectable name like Michael, but they have they have stripy clothing apparently, and Mr. Deeds answers to them. So, and apparently they approached Orful and also the gnolls separately.
So some higher demon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, what
Apparently-
I'm curious about is how did you do? And he's approaching Orphan. And goes, how did you do it? How did you do it?
Lady.
He looks really creepy doing that, by the way. Hands sort of reaching out a bit, long fingers wiggling.
Is anybody else a little weirded out that I haven't seen like Wilhelm or Clara or anybody since we got home? I mean, I know that.
Yes, actually.
You
Where
know,
the fuck is the machine?
Yeah, where-
I was up in my room, so I hope that means Clara isn't too
Where
far
is
away.
I mean, Wilhelm should be around. Clara should be around. Tell the Hev Day should be here. But you said the Lobram and them were outside. Yes.
Yes. Maybe they saw where he went. Tails.
You stay here.
I'm
I'll go ask.
Okay.
which
Thank you, Nim.
I'm gonna ask because I can never remember. Is it? There's a way from inside the house into the basement, right? One of these. Both stairwells go down, don't they? No, this one does.
One of us, not
Yes.
there's one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was over one. Oh, they both do. I'm gonna actually gonna go check downstairs and see if they wandered into the
Basement.
and I'm
Okay.
gonna go.
There's no one in the basement.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was an attempt. Nobody ever goes to the basement but me.
you wander outside, Nim.
Yeah, I'll wander outside. Lobram,
Um,
Star, beauty of the sky.
North Star is actually going to turn her attention to you. She's just sort of sitting down. Lobram is actually standing full height, and you can see like he's got his hand up to his brow, sort of like peering off into the distance over the trees. Lobram crouches down as far as she can, head coming down close to you, and goes, "Nim."
Yes, where is Big Metal Man?
Was escorted to a place with the armored people.
Okay.
And
So they have been gone.
the woman
many
with the
days, or-
sleepless eyes, she came.
The sleepless eyes. Oh.
Yes.
We have come back from attack on Null Temp.
Not many days. Half day.
Have they?
And
Okay.
you attacked Null Camp. Did it go well? You are alive.
Yes, killed many.
She grins and
Great
looks like she
bloodshed.
wants to give you a pat. Does not.
That hand that suddenly like
You just
fast
see it
comes
twitch.
down,
Yeah.
and there's like wind goes right past my head.
Instead, you see her giant fist just curl a little bit, settles down in front of you, as in like waiting for a fist bump.
Yeah, I rush up and do a little fist bump. But yes, we have also we freed a fire elemental that their priests had rented under their control and unleashed it on their camp as well. So it was claiming many violence
Nim?
upon them. Huh?
With your sort of needfulness, the lack of that sort of thing in your life, that look of like pride and respect coming from such a giant face beaming down at you.
Yes, tail is glowing.
You freed elemental. This
Yes.
is a great act.
Well, technically, Iala and Noah did it. I was busy blowing up their their weapons. They had this black rock powder that make things like magic boom, and it was very dangerous. And it took out like a half a mile of camp or something. It was crazy.
You should all be very proud.
Yes, and then we took their women from them.
There's a little more look of confusion on her face when you say that.
Their matrons are usually the ones in charge, but they were subverting their culture, and in the future of null culture usually is matrons having babies, and we have taken their matron and their babies.
You were prisoners?
No, we've rescued them. They were being held.
Okay. We were going to have problem if yes, okay.
No, they had tribe had taken over by demon knoll. It has big wings and horns, and it is whatever.
Big wings and horns.
It is not normal knoll.
Do it have
Big.
a tail?
It's a knoll. Yeah, it have tail.
But no tail.
Does it have a non-knoll tail?
Does it have a non-nail tail?
Yeah, the non-knoll tail.
Fin? Thick?
I'm going to have to defer to the DM because I don't
It
know
was
exactly.
pretty thick.
Very thick.
You sure this is not the gesture he has? Like the Iala.
Half dragon, maybe. I don't know. But
where we come from, where Knolls come from, many dragons.
Oh, it could be, but that's this Knoll. He challenged his matriarch. Knolls usually ruled by females, you see.
Yes,
But male Knoll challenge.
they have it figured out, you know.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. But the matriarch took over from matriarch, and instead of just killing her, they took all of them and were holding them captive. So we have taken their captives from them. And we are giving them protection for now, till we deal with the rest of the Knolls, and then I don't know. It is a big mess. There's a lot of things that are wrong because of this cratch.
Well, then maybe, and she's interrupted. Lumberman just goes, "Sister, I think they are starting to move. You should get them to tell their leadership here. We do not have long. Day, 2. North Star sort of just turns her attention back to you, Nim.
That sounds bad. I will go tell them. Thank you, though. Have you both got food?
Yes. Your friend, we will be okay. There is much to chew here." And she motions at the trees again. You can tell she's not particularly pleased, but
I will cast the create food and make some a dead deer or something like that real quick. Cause
you are kind to me.
Don't eat the dirt. I could get you some food. Hopefully you have something to season that with. Maybe I don't know, because everything I make is kind of bland.
We have things to use, yes.
Yes. All right. Good raw deer. All right. I'm going to go tell them bye.
And she just nods, settles back down, and you can rush back on inside. Right. Did you find out where they went?
Yes, they took them to the armor people go. The lady with the eyes that don't stop. I don't understand what they were talking about. I don't know. The eyes that don't quit. Anyway.
What the fuck is she talking about?
It was what Lobrum was saying. Lobrum's all cryptic. Anyway, Lobrum says he can see the Knolls moving and that they're coming.
Bullshit.
And
There's no way you can see that far.
He'll be here in like a day or 2, he said. But he's doing like the crazy like mystic eye thing. I think he's casting magic.
Oh, right, okay, right.
Say he does have.
I was going to say horizons exist, so
What is a horizon?
it's complicated.
Okay. But I think he's using magic and he's been keeping track.
Oh,
so that
shit.
means that
Well,
we should
at least the guildmistress is on her way.
Good. Cool.
I'm.
The armored people? That mean the
Guards?
guards?
Yes, the guards. The guards took Have Day away. Oh, I didn't ask about Wilhelm. I asked mostly about. I figured they
Clara?
would have noticed. I didn't ask
you
about
know what,
Clara either.
he just sort of like waves his arms frantically. You'll find talking to the guildmistress, yes?
Yes, we'll try.
And I find it immensely awkward with her, so I'm just going to go find out where the Wilhelm is. And not that I'm concerned or anything.
I'm concerned. Wilhelm's a very important person.
Yes, he is. And he's just going to start wobbling out.
Oh, watch out for Helper! I don't know where they are.
Wait. Oh, shit. Okay, may have an inkling of maybe where Clara went.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Nothing, everything is fine. And he is leaving.
Wait, what? Was that bad? Don't leave it.
I wonder if something bad's happening to Helper right now. You think Helper's okay?
Awful puts his hand up.
Yes.
I'm incredibly wanted.
Yes, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm severely worried about it.
Don't be. You see, Arwa here also severely wanted, but also not a problem.
We have full forgiveness and such. We aid the town. They pardon us fully. It's fantastic.
We have
Full pardons
deals
for your little gang have been issued, or whatever. It's in return for helping, which you are going to help.
Yes, of course I'll help. I'll help any way I can.
Yes, of course you will. Because you know what? You're kind of a badass, and that's great.
Tight.
All right.
He thinks a few times at that, not quite sure how to respond. Before Arwa goes, so she looks at Parla and just goes, your sister is, and Parla nods. Is she on board with your whole vengeance plan thing? And Parla just shrugs his shoulders a bit and goes, she would be, yes. Okay.
Would you mind if we asked her?
Parla just sort of shrugs his shoulders and goes, you may.
Okay, because I don't want to be I know having the we're going to need to defend everyone here, but I also want to make sure that the matriarch is going to be just aware of what's going to be happening to her children. So I'll go.
Our
talk to her
children
about
die
that.
often, all the time. No,
They affected the city. The ones that die are
we're weak.
the ones that were, yes, and the ones that are still standing after Crutch is gone. If they choose the right choices, maybe they can fall back into the matriarch's good graces if they're lucky.
This one understands. Lepla? No. Shut up, Alexa. Yeah, you'll hear her say that, which I'm changing that name post haste. You see, most of you can see she actually rolled awfully on her stealth. The very young little gnome, one around the Taryc's current age, is essentially like underneath one of the tables in here, and looked like she was trying to stalk towards Nim and Arwa. You can see a little bit of salivation in her jaws.
What?
And she just sort of sits down, looking a bit abashed.
What was the name that was said, by the way? For her?
Lepla.
Are you sticking with that?
Yep.
Doing what Alexa thinks? Okay.
Yep.
Ah,
The Parla sort of gestures at the other two gnolls, the younger ones, and just goes, Mara, watch her, please. Thank you. And one of them actually comes over and just like picks Lepla up. This young gnome whining a bit, and
Does she need food?
the gnome picking her up looks at you, and you think this was Mori that was gestured to, and she gives you a questioning look.
Have they fed you?
Parla actually turns and barks some Nolish, and Mori makes some gestures, barks back, and Parla looks and goes, Lepla is hungry, yes.
I guess I can take them to the kitchen.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you sure, Taryc? You important no female. You should act like it. Make Cassian do it.
just look and go. I don't trust. I don't know if anyone else knows what's in the kitchen well enough, or what they will eat.
Cassian looks over the top of his book. Nim, to let you know, I was banned from the kitchens back home. And then he goes back. He puts his head back down in the book.
I don't think he'd know what they'd want.
No, this is right. Males eat second, and to trust them near food is.
Got it.
There's a
That is
reason
fair.
I do most of the cooking. I'm gonna guess universal motions are universal motions,
Yeah.
and kind of motion.
Eating, make food.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And I'm gonna start heading over there, over
If
to
you
the
need,
kitchen.
if you need it all, let me know. I think I can cast again before I need to take a nap.
Lepla gets set back down, although Mori will follow Taryc and Lepla into the kitchens. And
Make sure to bring something to the matriarch, Taryc.
it's at
I will.
that point there is a knock on the door.
Oh
Cassian
boy.
will get it because he's being ignored.
Right, you open up the
What?
door.
You ignored us! You keep putting your face in the book and not acting like you know what's going on!
Cassian will open the door.
There is the guildmistress there. She gives you a sort of acknowledging nod and goes, Cassian, Maltori sent a message to me.
Yes, come on in. There's some information we need to give you and some gnolls we'd like you to meet.
She pauses at the door, and you can see her hand actually sort of like drifts down towards the hilt.
Nope. They're on our side.
We'll see.
Come on in.
And she
They're
follows
side
you in.
adjacent.
Alright. It is vaguely tense. The moment she sort of steps in and sees, at this point, I believe it is only it's only Mora and Parla standing in here with you guys. But she it takes her a moment to look over the nose. You see like her hand sort of hovering just at her side. Doesn't really relax, and she just goes, I think I require an explanation.
They made a strike on the Knoll camp.
That's exactly why you're here.
And then you
So-
see, even as you start talking, her eyes drift over to Awful and just look vaguely confused.
We'll get to that part. So we were just coming back from my all right, I had a little bit of an excursion over in the Fey Wild.
Oh yeah, that's a shock probably for the guild leader already, because you look resplendent in your
In
moth
the
ways
hells has happened to you?
A play date for a week.
You. So, oh my! How many of you went to the notes? When did this happen?
So
Why
this all
does
started
Kieran
last
look
week.
like he's aged drastically?
Okay, so I'm going to try and
I'm not.
this.
Yeah. Oh. Yes.
I'm going to try and tidy this up as neatly as possible. We, I and my friend Cassian here, we went and met with the Fey Lord, the Smiling One, and offered a deal. And for the past week, we've been doing enacting that deal, and all of the wildlife within his domain has been removed for now in order to starve out the Null force. That was a success. There is some side effects, but overall they're a boon.
Side effect is gnolls who enter his domain are being eliminated
Also known as a bug.
violently.
Also, yes, I am a bug.
Thank you for your sacrifice, Noah. It's a great boon to have the nose harried in such a way.
Would you let me if I'm still a bug?
As we were coming back, Arwa got a message from Awful here saying that he was being held hostage by the
Awful.
Knolls.
Awful. Just cringes a bit and just. So you're awful. You're your
No,
name
he's not that
precedes
bad.
You. No,
He's
he's
really
plenty bad, but I think we're a little past that point.
as I recall, he's a member of Arwa's group, so the pardons will have to probably cover that.
Well, not my problem. And she just gives you a grim smile.
So, we decided to perform a rescue mission this morning, and we invaded the Knoll camp, and we discovered Awful here, and the fact that the previous leader, the matriarch leading, was not in charge anymore, and instead, Kretch had deposed her. While we were there, we kind of blew up their armaments and released a giant fire elemental that they were using for some sort of ritual that we were really happy to prevent from completing. Um, and so we've kind of laid a lot of damage to them, and we escaped with Awful and the Gnome Matriarch and her entourage.
No, can you give me a persuasion check with advantage?
Boo-boo.
Wow.
I'm going to use a reroll.
Okay.
There we go.
No, I'm very kind and generous to you, and we're going to let you have that 23.
All right.
Yeah, because the reroll would only been the first dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
She listens to you quite intently. You see her sort of gaze drift upwards briefly as if she's wondering something, and she just goes, I should be chiding you for going off without telling anybody, but well done. That's good. That's very good.
Are you familiar with black powder shining blade?
Only in the vaguest of terms.
I am not familiar with it either, but they were using this man to make black powder, and they were making armaments with it. That is what was destroyed in the camp. It killed many gnolls when it went off.
Her gaze drifts back to Awful again when you say that, and she goes, I know enough that you should not be telling anybody else that.
Good.
Yeah.
You discovered that gnolls have somehow obtained armaments, yes?
Yes, and we have destroyed a large bulk of it.
Good.
But we also have stolen some of their armaments for our own use.
She frowns at that and goes, "Well, I don't know anything about that."
The Knolls had scouts moving up the road that we passed, and they were about 2, maybe 3 days camped away. And Lobram said he is doing, I think, his spirit vision shaman stuff. He said the Knolls are moving. He expects them in a day or 2.
And they had arrived eventually. Most forces would try to recoup and regather after such a blow, but I imagine they're probably just...
They're probably frenzied by it.
Yes. Still.
Either that or we did far more damage than we thought.
So you removed a major elemental from their grasp?
Yes.
The-
I'm hoping that they weren't able to rebind it at all. Kretch seemed to have gone into battle with it. So
If we were lucky, it's felled Kretch.
I don't know. He seemed kind of
Wait,
unknoll-like.
you got proper eyes on him?
Yes. He has
huge.
wings.
And
He
the
has
big
wings.
thick tail. He's like he is half dragon, half gnoll.
Just kind of flew at the elemental, sword drawn.
Oh, well, that's more inconvenient than fighting just a standard no. Half dragons are not. You'll forgive me for this. She says to her, "You're turning your way, Iala. Not unbeatable." So,
Based on what we've been told and the timing of everything, I don't think he's half dragon.
what do you think he is?
Possessed.
A devil?
Demon.
It's more of an issue.
And I'd rather assume that the greater issue is the true issue.
Assume the worst, be thankful for the least. Yes.
I think one thing we also need to be concerned about now is undead.
What? Why?
Oh,
They
That's supposed to
were
be our trump
performing-
card, right?
Yes, they seem to have been. While we were infiltrating, we saw them perform. They created some sort of ritual
They
that
killed
a
the Lysol
blasphemous.
priestess.
Her face pales. Did you see the priest?
Only the body.
She closes her eyes. What did they look like?
I didn't get to see their face. Sorry, but I know it was female.
Her head hangs a bit before she just nods a little. Right. I'll go inform the brother that maybe. I'm sorry, it's too coincidental to be.
No, it is most likely the one he sent for, unfortunately. But if they have the power over the undeath, the measures we have taken may not have as much impact as we hope.
Right.
And that means that we need to possibly consider that if we do have priests that could do magical things against the undead, that might need to happen.
Yes, I'll inform Bishop Underfloor of this. Still, I know from experience undead are, well, they're resilient. They are easier to fight than the living. So, even if they're able to raise every one of their number, this is still an advantage to us.
Yes, but it also means that we know some targets to hit. Noah and Iala, you saw the priest with the stick, right? You said that
Correct.
was made.
Yes.
If we can spot them, maybe we can take them out at range and they will lose control of their army.
They use
Shining Blade nods firmly as if like, yes, exactly.
they use some sort of. I did see they used some sort of totem that they attached to their staff. It had the a blasphemous icon of Lastil. So I'm pretty sure if we can destroy that or take it away from him, we'd be able to nullify the undead part of their army.
Parla actually speaks up and goes, yes, you remove usurper's power, then the undead are out of control. Or you take their staff and bring it to me.
That's a fair line of action.
As to that, even if you are not to take from them, you want our aid, yes? Shining Blade's looking suspiciously as Parla talks, and Parla just smiles at her and just goes, most of us are powerful. They took our totems, our focuses, everything we could try and use. Well, most everything. If you are to supply us with such things, we can be of great aid. I'll talk to my colleagues about that. Shining Blade just says slowly.
Am I going to be able had enough time to have gotten
You can
stuff
hear
for
this
the
from the next
maker?
room, even.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Are you
walk
gonna
on through.
Patting out this adorable little Taryc cub.
Taryc can come back in. Taryc might be carried back in fact, by Mori, who is basically holding Taryc in one arm, Lepla in the other. Lepla has a massive sandwich that they're happily chewing on.
Mm-hmm.
That means Saeed's following behind all of us.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Picking up. Lepla is not a clean eater. There is plenty on the floor that Saeed just mops up on the way back.
Don't forget to let them know that their food supply was mostly removed too.
Oh yeah, that happened to Taryc, just so you know, Shining Blade.
It's just for the
Shining
day.
Blade seems remotely disarmed because Taryc and Lepla are very cute. Actually, you know what? Taryc, you're gonna do this for you and Lepla. Can you give me just a straight charisma roll with advantage?
Oh no. That means
I haven't seen a single thing Lepla's rolled.
2 double zeros. A 19.
Oh yeah, I'm disconnected from Roll20.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm re-rolling.
Right now,
It said I was interrupted.
It'll reconnect in a bit, but okay, so 19. Yeah, she's constantly had that hand not on hilt, but you can tell when the swordsman is ready, hand at the side. So you see her relax a little bit. She might have a soft spot for children herself.
She does have a child.
Yeah.
I also have a focus I could lend.
She actually gives you she's trying to be sneaky about it, but she gives you a brief stern look, Taryc. Again, I'll talk to my colleagues about arming gnolls who have come into our city.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, and she said that out loud, so 1 second. Where's my desk bag? Oh, no. Okay, roll. D20. Plus 4. Okay, there is a faint growl coming from... Who's going to take the most defense? Yeah, it's going to be Parla. From Parla. You can see the fur on the back of her neck sort of raising up a bit. She feels like she's being challenged, likely. But she doesn't snap or do anything about it. And Shining Blade just sort of slowly nods her head and goes, "But we'll talk about it. Right, that's a lot."
Bahamut favors the bold, Shining Blade.
Yes,
I'll
and the bold
s-
often die in quite stupid fashion. So
My
let's have a little
guess-
consideration.
Judging by the other one that's here, I think they must be running low on Maldonia or something, because some of them seem to be losing that glow.
She now only seems to notice the male who's just been like he
Whimpering
is
in the
doing
corner.
everything to try and make himself look small. And she goes, "Ugh."
He is
Wait,
a
that's
prisoner.
wears off, and Awful actually nods a bit and goes, "Yes, you actually have to take quite a lot of it to maintain its effect."
And his eyes are glowing less than
I
when
think
we caught him.
Awful has a lot of insight on the workings of that camp, being a
Yes.
previous prisoner, and our good friends of the Null Matriarch Party, who I trust very well, also could be very useful in helping us plan our strategies. They have just as much reasons to fight as we do. So
I
I
will-
would give any vote to your people who want to decide whether or not we use every opportunity to fight back. I put my weight against them.
Nim, persuasion check.
I would, but Roll20 won't let me.
You can roll. I just want to see it.
I
Yes.
can't roll. I have a black screen of
Oh, you got a
it
black screen?
loading.
Do you have physical dice?
Yeah.
Let me see if I try getting in on go on Chrome, because sometimes Firefox is just dumb. So I'll try and get it on there. I don't know if like Roll20 is just not loading or what's going on. Or it's just the internet's being dumb.
The main site is down.
Okay,
okay.
1 second. I can do something about this.
Well,
All right.
I
Please
have
do not abuse the function I have just added to the server. You should be able to just
server?
use your normal /roll commands.
Abusing
I do
at
not-
the ready.
I use in Discord.
Yep.
Okay. How do I do this? Is it exclamation point something?
No, /roll.
All right, I will roll a 1d20 plus I don't have my character sheet. That's why this is awful. I think I have a 5 in charisma.
And +3 proficiency at this level should be.
So +8. So
Yep.
I'm going to do that. This option is requires what's this roll?
Just do a roll d20 if you can.
All right. It won't let me. It says rolls.
Oh.
This option requires. What is it?
Okay, it's
1?
probably a permission thing.
Oh, yeah, you need to roll at 1? Okay. No,
You
it's-
just
Roll
rolled
the
1.
D1.
Okay. All right, it has rolls. D20. Does that work? No.
Just roll.
No. No.
There you go.
That's it's
No,
it's,
that's just a
it's
20.
not. No, that's not doing it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I just okay. So it's /roll space d20 is what I'm typing. That works. Do I need to give permissions?
Okay, I got an 18. Maybe it did roll correctly. Maybe I did get a 20.
Right.
I think it came back. roll 20.
Yeah, roll
Not
20's
I'm
back.
back.
Oh,
Okay,
came
but
back from me.
18.
I think the 20 actually was a 20 because I did
it's
the
not.
exact
There's
same
no D in
command.
front of
No.
it.
Okay. All right. Well, 18 plus 8 would be 26.
All right,
Right.
26.
So-
Yeah. All right. So you got a 26. She stares at you for a moment before then in a soft sigh and going, "If you really think it wise."
I am worried about not taking advantage of giving them time to prepare. If the gnolls are at our doorstep tomorrow and we have not taken time to make sure they are equipped and we needed them, that would be foolhardy.
Then
Casters need time to prepare their rituals after all.
she
Is that correct with you as well?
Parla nods and goes, "Yes, time is necessary."
Mm.
Then I will request a simple ashwood focus for each of us. Any shape, size will do. And if you can spare any holy symbols of any variety, it would be useful. I'd say I will try to convince the others, but frankly, and she gives you another unamused smile to the group. Frankly, what I say goes in this matter, so it'll be done.
If it makes it easier, tell them that you're asking forgiveness for what we did, not what we asked you. I gave them Ashwood things already. You did not have a choice. It is hard to take it back from a gnoll.
I will take my responsibility in this. So, as to matters I want to bring you, Nim, enough townsfolk have been informed. It's been discussed enough. Arwa is welcome into our waters at this moment.
Fula?
Fula, yes.
Into
Yeah,
the
go
water you
through
go,
him with
Arwa.
Arwa.
Goodbye, Arwa. You're going to the water now.
So I request that you and your mistress accompany me to the canals.
Okay. This is happening kind of quick. Okay.
We have 2
All
days
right.
at most.
Yes, everything must go quick. All right. Kisaru sent. I guess I am going to the canals unless you want to come along.
If you would have me.
Of course. I think my patron would be very excited to see you in person.
And she nods, and Shiny Blade looks actually awkward for a moment before she leans down and kind of stiffly offers out a hand to you and Arwa.
I'll help Arwa up. I'm much more knowledgeable about this.
And Arwa actually looks a little nervous at this. Like, being on scale with you is fine. This is a little different.
This is dealing with other people. It's
yeah.
awful now.
Especially somebody that is technically her
The enemy.
but she'll hold on to you as she steps up, and Shining Blade again awkwardly, stiffly stands up and will look at the rest of you and go, "Is there anything else I need to be informed of before I leave?"
I don't think so. No, I don't. I can't think of anything else. Is there anything else that we need to be worried about?
Only.
What?
Well, from our side, we've talked about how best to use you. I think what you have done this night solidifies my thoughts on it. Keep doing as you do. Make your decisions. Roam. Reinforce where you see necessary. We're not going to be able to hold every wall, every avenue. So having a group that can take the initiative, it'll be useful.
Alrighty.
Right. Okay. And she just turns on heel, and she's going to leave with Nim and Arwa. Right. As they leave, Parla, Arwa and Parla, I'm cursing myself with names, is just going to look at the rest of you and goes, "Well, Lepla has eaten. Will you excuse us to attend to the matriarch?
Gonna hold up. I had made her some food too. If you would like to take it up to her.
You are good, pup. And she will take the food from you
tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
And then she barks in knowledge at the poor male quivering in a corner, who scampers to follow, and they are going to leave you all, heading on upstairs.
Okay, I'm gonna ask: are people actually on Roll20?
Yes.
I cannot get on.
I cannot get on either.
Well, we
I,
will.
That's
I
fine.
managed to get in, so we'll just suffer
Yeah,
through it. I
yeah.
guess right now.
We will worry about it as need be.
Yeah.
Does that mean I get all the treasure? I'm the only one in here.
I'm here.
No,
in here.
no.
No,
You're not
that
here,
means you
brother.
get none of the treasure.
I see you, Cross, and Sam.
If
I
you
see no
get red
Sam
at
here.
the top of the screen that says you're interrupted, that means you're not in there.
I don't have a. No, I guess not.
Right.
What?
Did the group left by the knolls want to discuss anything without anyone around, or are you good?
I think we're good for the moment.
Okay.
We need. I'm just trying to rethink. We need to. Do we need to talk with the nobles about this? Our noble neighbor. His
You
name is.
could if you wanted, because you do have his brother, long lost brother. How you want to approach that is up to you. There is no real formal you need to here,
Okay.
but there is a maybe you should. It's up to you. And
Okay,
also
I think-
technically up to Awful as well, unless you want the dragon kicking and screaming.
Well, you can always just go over and say something and then just leave it be. They are neighbors, so.
Oh, awful. Do you feel like having a family reunion?
No, no, I truly do not. It's been a harrowing enough night.
Then I think we still need to inform your brother that you're still alive.
Um, he sort of pats down his outfit and digs in the jacket and just pulls out a little cloth wrapping and just holds it out to you. Oh, there, take that to him.
All right. She takes it. I won't. I know you've been under a lot of duress, so I won't tell him that you're staying in our abode at the moment. But I'll at least let him know that you're still breathing.
I appreciate that. And then he pauses a second and goes, "I'm sorry, I've heard names bandied about, but you're."
Oh, I am Iala.
Iala.
Iala Talia.
Iala Talia. Well, Lady Talia, thank you for keeping confidence in this.
Of course. You've had enough to deal with, and there is probably a lot more we're going to be using you for in the coming days. So get your rest.
Where do I?
Do that? She just kind of looks around. We have a sitting room for the moment. She points over to.
If you do not mind myself making myself comfortable there.
Until we find something a little more comfortable, you can take take your rest there.
Thank
I hate
you.
to say it. One thing we might want to consider is on the ground floor, we have that room with the piano. We might want to just turn that into where we keep all the gnolls.
Well, they've got a room.
That's a smallish room for that many gnolls. So.
I mean, I had the basement.
Dead.
I had the biggest room.
There is also that room next to the gnolls' room upstairs that doesn't have anything in it.
He's actually going to just nod, like he seems like he can see that there is a a little couch in there that's going to be more comfort than he's had for a while. But he's looks like he's about to head off before he pauses and moves over to you, Cassian, and just sort of leans over and goes, "You're a man of letters, right?
Yes.
Would you be interested in taking some notation for me?"
What sort of notation?
I'd like to get and he sort of looks around a little warily and goes, "I'd like to get some things in my mind onto paper, make sure they don't get lost."
All right.
Marvelous. On the morrow then, yes.
That's fine.
And he sort of claps your shoulder a couple of times and gives you a smile before he heads into the sitting room.
Man, our bathtub's gonna get so much use.
No, don't tell the gnolls about the bathtub. We'll have to clean out the hair from the drain.
Right. Iala, and anyone that wanted to come to you, did you want to head to the estate?
Yeah, Iala will want to do that.
Anyone going with?
I think Noah is going to look around town again just to see for more places for defense.
Okay. You just want to roam the town tonight?
Yeah.
I'm not leaving the estate because I am a small fluff ball that will possibly get confused for something else.
Get eaten by a hawk.
I'm not that small.
Have
Right.
you seen the Hawks in D&D?
I'm technically only 5 years younger than I base start as.
What about you, Cassian?
Cassian's going to be staying around the estate because there's a lot of guests.
Yeah,
and with
there are.
Talia and Noah leaving, there's a lot less defense.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Iala is
Also-
going to.
That's what we need.
Also, while everyone else is doing their own thing and not paying attention to Cassian, I'm going to be doing sendings.
Okay. If you want to write down your sendings
Sure,
and
sure.
give them to me.
Your spell slots.
All right. Iala is going to head to the Rodley estate. Noah's going to introduce the town to the moth monster.
Oh yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
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 Listen.
Maybe they'll be distracted by the giant water lady here in a minute.
Yeah, there's also that. All right,
Let's hope for
see.
that.
Rodley Estate is closest, so we're gonna do that.
The bringing up of a moth monster made me think how it's kind of funny how the Mothman, it's a harbinger of doom and destruction, but the fact that he's a moth man is completely separate to that fact of his being.
Listen, moths are scary.
Have you ever been in a bathtub and there's been a moth? It's awful. Everyone gets upset.
That
Especially the
scares
moth
me.
that lands in the water.
I
Noah,
think
what are you doing in the bathroom?
No, you're
Moths
gonna
are
die.
fine.
Get out of the bathtub.
it's spiders when I have a problem.
Yeah. You arrive at the
Yes.
Rodley Estate. The groundskeeper, recognizing you, will sort of lets you in despite the somewhat late hour. And we'll guide you on in. The Lord Rogerly is currently just taking his dinner and puts his knife and fork in as you come on down as you come on in and stands up greeting you, dabbing handkerchief to lips, and just sort of moves on over and goes, you're back from your excursion.
Yes, it's. I dare say it was a resounding success.
You found him?
She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a piece of cloth. He's alive and well.
He because you're sort of confused out before sort of gingerly reaching out to take the cloth from you.
He, he's resting now, and uh, but he wanted to let you know that he was in fact alive.
You see him open up the cloth, and inside you see something a little gruesome. It appears to be a tooth that is like attached to silver chain. It's got like little silver silver wire caging holding it.
Uh-huh.
And you see him scowl briefly, then he laughs, and then just a look of relief on his face as he holds it and goes, "Oh, good. Oh yeah. Where is he?"
I don't think I will ordain that just yet. He seems to want a little bit of private time before he works up the courage to meet with family.
When you first start the sentence, you know, saying "I don't think you can actually see that like almost insulted look on his face. But as you continue, it does soften a bit. Right, so, as if he hasn't had enough time. Fine.
We did find him at in a sweatshop working for the nose, so
Is he well?
there is one could be in those conditions. No outward harm. Tired though.
Tell him to come home as soon as he's ready, or I will come looking for him.
All right, I'll give him a warning.
Yeah, he just nods firmly. Before he just sort of holds this chain necklace back out to you.
She takes it
can,
back.
He can have his trophy back.
May I ask what this is? I did not actually look at it when I brought it. She looks at it questioningly.
It's boys being boys, and he just sort of like brings his finger up and like opens up the corner of his mouth, and you can see he is missing a molar tooth.
Oh, okay.
We squabbled frequently.
That is rather amusing. I
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
he does chuckle a little bit
I
before
beg your pardon. How
or
dare you?
it gives like it could be taken as a dismissive wave, but you know you don't quite feel it that way. It's just a sort of like, oh right, fine. He sort of like motions to you. All right. Well, thank you for coming to see me.
We will let you know if there is anything else that you need to know. She curtsies. May you have a
Wait.
yes?
He's he sort of looks up towards the upper floors where that bedroom was. His work, is he still pursuing that?
1 second, the gerbil in her brain is working. Let's see. 1 second, I'm going through my own mental things to. We have seen that this guy has been rather good for a noble, right? He's got a good son. He's actually cares about the town and stuff.
That might be the impression I've given you. I don't know.
I think
That's the sound of the DM saying, "What do you think that means?"
let's see. Iala is going to.
Would you like to roll an insight check?
Yeah, let's do that. Insight.
Wow. So, yes, you get fairly good feelings from this nobleman. He does not seem to be particularly cruel or callous. You can see that there is concern and hesitancy in his eyes. What his brother was doing is unholy and could bring bad name to the family, but you don't think that this is born of any ill will, just curiosity and worry.
And the fact that it's like actual godforsaken weaponry.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't think it's going to result in take him away and report him. It might just be like, something I have to deal with.
yeah. That is an unfortunate issue that we're going to be dealing with in the next couple of days.
So that's a yes.
That would be a resounding one, yes.
Well, give the fool my love. Okay.
She nods.
And he just nods to you in return, and then returns to his seat as if like, I'm going back to my dinner now.
Have a good evening. She sees herself out.
Right. And he bids you a good night, and you are able to leave. As you're doing that, Nim,
Yeah.
you and Awa are carried by
Shining Blade.
I'm trying to remember a forename.
Okay.
Moriah, something like that.
It's either Moriah or Rariah. I think
It's Moriah.
Moria.
Moria? Might be.
Moiraia is what I have. I don't know. My notes are
Moriah. Yeah, it's Moriah. Moriah. Right.
Moriah, like that.
Yep. She carries you to what is like the largest body of water through town, like the central river that all of the canal lanes, join off of.
Mhm.
She you notice the area is particularly clear. Every now and then, like you'll catch sights of guards that posted at certain street entrances, as if like we're being cautious about this causing an uproar, even though they've been informing people. And you're sort of led to the canal edge, and there's plenty of like little stairways and slipways down into the canal itself. You see some boats sort of like bobbing moored up at certain spots. And she takes you to one of these little slipways and just goes, right, what do we...
I whisper to my ring. Fuda, it is time to claim your domain.
You'll hear a sort of reply back of, take me into the water, my jewel.
All right, I'm going to the water.
She'll lower
Misty
you
step.
down. Oh, she starts to lower you down, and you vanish off of her hand.
Yep.
Straight into the water.
Yep.
Right, straight into the water, and as you're sort of floating there in the water, you can see pretty well in here. You can see like the fish is moving
cold.
around. It's very cool to the touch, and you hear that voice again, just saying, "Hold me tight, Jewel."
I want to hold the ring tightly to me. Got my hands clasped around it.
Open your heart to me, Jewel.
I'm going to think about Fula and how much I love her.
Think of us swimming free.
I'm going to try to visualize me and Fula swimming together through the river.
Right. Can you go ahead and give me a what do we call this? I want you to give me a charisma roll with proficiency bonus added.
Okay, well, we're gonna get a roll with of the roll of the charisma, and then we'll see what happens. And roll 20 is taking a sweet time rolling my character sheet, so I'm just going to roll a d20 and then plus 8 because I think that's right. It's basically a charisma check. I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
That's my inspiration. Bah. Apparently, I got a 12. That's the best I got.
You're there in the river, trying to focus, trying to envision this, and just that little part of you, Nim,
Doesn't want to let go.
doesn't want to let go. You hear that voice going, "You know, you'll still be mine, Jewel." And as she says that, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Oh, well, now that my sheet's up, I can do this.
Mhm.
Yay.
We'll call it Arcana. Now, you might not be trained, but it'll be just a base intelligence if it's not, so Arcana.
Yep. 17.
Nim, it does suddenly occur to you that she says you'll always be hers, but you're having to let her go. She can't leave without your desire to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be the first time Nim realizes that this is a prison. One that belongs to her.
I don't want her to be trapped.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Nim feels a sense of revulsion at this revelation.
I'm upset at the idea that I could hold her back.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something I want. No.
Okay, then go ahead and give me that charisma check again with advantage.
All right, I'm gonna roll persuasion because that's basically what it is. So, 26 that time.
All right, do you want to give me another roll, see if you get higher?
Why?
Because you had advantage. Yeah.
19.
Right.
Yeah, so
despite this moment where, oh shit, I could be in control of my patron, Nim doesn't want that. Nim never wants that.
Nim never wanted that.
And
Nim's deal with Fula was she wanted what she wanted from her deal was let me serve you.
And with that pushback against that idea, it helps you push even further into the no. She does need to be free. And the waters start to swirl and bubble around you. For a moment, your viewpoint becomes disorientated. You can't tell which way is up and down until you feel yourself rushing. And you find yourself raising up into the air, held by water that is forming into solid hands. A form emerging from the canal, almost part of it, a watery body becoming one with the water below, solidifying up high as you are held in the hands of a Merid who towers above the canals. And you see her face smiling down at you as she holds you.
My beautiful patron, I am so happy for you to be out here.
I am so pleased to hold you like this. Thank you for bringing me here, my jewel.
We will make it wonderful together.
This town will be ours. No, they may not say it so. We will know.
We will know.
And
Shiny Blade, don't hear this.
She looks down towards Shining Blade and Awa, and just smiles at them before those big lips give you a gentle kiss. And she lowers her hand down to let you step off. And
Arwa, this is my beautiful patron, Fula.
And her form diminishes somewhat, as if she's trying to bring herself a bit more into scale perspective for you both. Although she doesn't really go beyond below standard humanoid size.
I figure she probably goes like it's no shorter than a Goliath, right?
She has to be the biggest one here.
Yes.
But she rests her arms on the side of the canal, much like she did lounging in your ring, and she just goes, "Well, I'm glad that my jewel has found a beauty to stand beside her. You will be good and keep her safe, yes?" And Awa just nods a little bit. Looks like she's sort of caught in the thing of, am I supposed to bow or something? But
I'm
whoop.
just gonna do that.
Then her gaze moves over the shining blade, and she goes, I will abide by our deal. If you wish me gone, and you have the means to move me safely, it will be so. Until then, these waters are mine, and I shall protect them. And Shining Blade just nods her head. Curtly, you're very used to that. Like, Shining Blade tends to treat everything with a little bit of suspicion. Just doesn't let it really get in the way of action, it seems. And she just nods and goes, I look forward to partnership between you and our fair town. If there's any aid we can lend you in adjusting to your environment, please let us know. And Fula just moves her head side to side as if listening to something. She's going, I think I shall be fine. I am simply going to enjoy the waters. But you,
Yes, Gratefula.
won't you sing to me tonight?
Yes, I will sing to you tonight.
Good girl. And she sort of leans her head in a little bit closer, and she just goes, don't know that even though I'm here. And she puts her finger forward as if like motioning at your ring. You'll always have part of me with you. But I expect you'll return
course.
frequently.
How could I stay away? They'd have to kick me out of town,
Tomorrow,
and then I'd still get back in.
you are to do me a service.
Yes.
Find those that you think would make good servants.
Hmm.
This
More
town needs
servants.
a little bit of power, and I can grant it. But none above you.
Shining Blade, you have people I would trust?
I have those that might be willing to make pacts, yes.
I need to be respectful of my patron. If you
Makes
think
it
they
a
are
bit
good
of a-
folk and they do that, we can meet that way.
Perhaps for lunch, you can meet them, judge yourself.
That seems fair.
Right then.
I would not want you to unleash so much power in your town without having a little bit of say.
I don't know what say I have in anything at this point. She
This is life, yes?
She just closes her eyes, looking very tired, before just going, Awa, you were able to get Nim home, I hope. And Awa just goes, if she wants to go home, yes.
We are going to sing here for a bit, are we not, Arwa?
Yes. Well then, I will bid you both good night. I need to go spread word of so much. She says, before just giving a curt nod of her head and heading off.
Shining Blade,
Yes.
we'll give you a hard fucking time, but you know, you are doing a good job with the hand you are dealt.
I'm trying.
Yes, as I'm telling you, I think you are doing a good job. You need to hear that from your angsty little tricksty.
Well, thank you very much. And she'll nod to you again and starts walking off. You see, like quite a few of the guards are still like hanging about, keeping a distance, but like there is a bit of caution here. Fula just sort of smiles and submerges into the waters.
Yep, I'm gonna sit along the side of the water and sing for a bit.
I will
Occasionally
sit
chat
with
with
you.
Arwa if she wants to
Chatting with
hang
you.
out.
She does do the thing of like, so is it going to be rude? Like, I like to sit and dangle my feet into the water, you know?
That's not rude.
We can still do that.
Oh yeah, you can still swim in the waters and stuff like that. You just don't, you know, drop trash in the water.
Right. Well,
You don't befoul the water. Your feet are not befouling it. You are beautiful.
oh, that's very sweet. And yeah, you can spend time with Awa there. before eventually heading on home. Noah.
Noah's here.
Noah, you begin roaming the town, trying to check up on fortifications, and you do quickly realize that, oh, right, I look very different now. You startle people. You make people panic, some scream. Others just stare curiously.
After the first scream, Noah's going to throw up their hood and start walking around a little bit more stealthily, try not to be noticeable.
Okay.
Their big wings poking out.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Gosh, that would be nice to
imagine if you could fly awesomely soaring through the sky.
Imagine if I could.
Do you not want to hover around town 5 feet around?
I mean, I would love to be able to get in control of my own powers, but there must be like clouds over the sky or something because I can't reach them at the moment. Is Roll20 working for anyone?
It's working for me.
It keeps giving me bad gateway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Roll20 has been down for a while.
In that case, we'll just continue in narrative. So you sneak around town, being a little more hidden than you normally would. And do you have any idea of what you think you could do in 2 days to try and shore up any defenses? Because you look around town and yeah, there's a lot that could be done. But a lot in a short term, that's harder. If you had weeks, maybe you could build more fortifications. You could do pile up more dirt walls to act as absorption for invading forces. But in a couple of days, like, oh yeah, we could move wagons over there. But what difference is that going to make, right?
Noah might try and instead of trying to prevent gnolls from getting into other places, they might try and find a way to make the places that are guarded more desirable to attack. Kind of to try and lure them away from weaknesses in the wall and towards the stronger points. So that would also try and like tricks, trying to bring up ways to make places that are easier to break through, less appealing to get through. How to do this is a good question.
That is a good question.
I wonder if I could just paint giant targets on the walls.
Go ahead and give me a straight intelligence roll, please. Okay. Right. You're aware, basically all of you are aware, part of the plan is like they're going to move people from the outskirts into the inner city. Some are going to go down into the Undercroft. Some aren't actually willing, and space is an issue, so they can't shove everybody down there. So it's just going to be pull people to the more fortified buildings in city centre, those that are willing to move, right? You're looking along at one of these sections of the city. There is a river here on the outskirts of town that is going to be used as a natural form of defense. There are bridges that are being guarded, but you're looking at some of the houses that are near the river edge, and you realize, If you make that look really inviting, gnolls without focus might try to cross the river first, which with Arwa around is hazardous. So if you make some of those buildings look occupied still, they might make tempting bait.
Okay. So Noah writes that down on a piece of parchment. Place candles in windows.
And I'm not saying that's the best idea, because you rolled a 12, but it's an idea.
Yeah.
That's what makes sense. That it's your character. What your character thinks is a good idea. So of course.
Go to the light. Yeah. Light attracts everybody.
Yeah, candles.
Already thinking in terms of light sources.
Little Lalasil worshiper going towards the light.
How dare you?
Very easily, actually.
Yeah, you're able to do that before returning on home if you so desire.
Yeah, and before someone actually notices Noah's disposition, they'll return home.
The regard issued around to go look for the giant moth monster, and you're just kind of cowled and hooded going through the streets.
Okay. You all returned home, and it's been an active day for you, so I think bed would come easy eventually. You get your night's rest in the morning. So I'm actually going to break the facade here briefly. The next couple of days, we're going to be a skip through narrative, right? Because I have battle maps. However, Roll20 is dying for people.
Yes.
How would you like to handle this?
Smoke signals.
We can go into detail on more things if you wanted. Yeah. We'll do a little more descriptive than we were probably going to, because we really cannot run a battle without Roll20.
Yeah.
So I think the morning comes, and you are Maltori does return. We'll go on that. Wilhelm was with Clara at the Old Ladies Club. They were doing a demonstration on magic with an undead, namely Helper.
Poor Helper.
Helper's still in one piece.
You will learn that Helper did in fact go feral, as Nim was not around to maintain control on it. Clara found Helper just like roaming around Wilhelm, because Helper did not see Wilhelm as something to hunt. Tried to briefly attack Clara, who quite easily took control of Helper. And they had a good old time of it, actually. They saw it as a good learning opportunity. Maltori seems vaguely disturbed because he came to find them and heard all of the jokes about, bones and boning and all that was flying around in the club. And brought Clara home. Wilhelm decided to hang around a bit. Seemed pretty well accepted in by those people. No real revulsion about the undead. And
they're all one step away from it on their own.
Tori really hates that his new bestest best buddy that he wants to be friends with, Wilhelm, is hanging out with his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
It is revolting to him.
We'll learn that Maltori there is a little disillusionment happening with his hero, because he didn't expect Wilhelm to be such a social butterfly. You could tell Maltori has this like built up mythology of the Fimirians in his head, of like these secluded, reverent liches.
Intelligent,
not somebody that's cackling alongside, these old ladies about foul
crass
jokes.
old ladies, yeah.
Yeah, he very much pictures Founders, not Wilhelm.
Mm-hmm.
That's you can find Velda now.
Also, Hevday does get returned. They were basically just trying to figure out what the fuck he can do. And those tests stopped really quickly.
Is there now a building, part of a building missing?
Yeah, like one of the guard houses walls might be crumbled in. But they do like it is solidified. They want him at the northern gates because they expect that's where the full brunt of the attack will come from. And Shining Blade will actually arrive with a few people, Nim. A couple of them are just young adventurers. You know, they're already adventurers. One of them is a sorcerer that is just looking to expand their power. Another is just someone that's pretty handy with a sword, but feels themselves lacking. You know, they want to be able to do more. A few are. There is another that's a young man who it just says, you know, I don't have anybody in my life now. You know, no deaths, anything. It's just my family moved to another town. I stayed here for work, and he wants to be able to try and help this place.
Okay, that one's on the list.
He is rather weak looking, not like sickly, just, you know, slight. He is a tailor.
That one.
You like that one? The sorcerer is very upfront of like, I am here for power. I will pay my due respect, but I do see this as a two-way bargain. You know. The fighter doesn't really say much more beyond like, you know, I just want to be able to be stronger. I want to be able to. I can't keep up with those in my party. One of the others is an older woman who seems to have like just a slight furrow on her brow just the entire time you're talking to her, and she just says, "I want some control in my life," and I saw her from my window last night, and she is vast and powerful looking, and I just want a part of that.
Okay, yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, that one suits Nim fine.
And
fighter suits Nim fine. Nim's a little hesitant on the sorcerer, just because some casters are not no bueno with Murid.
The final one
long term
is Shining Blade's daughter, Rahira. Raria. That was her name. Raria.
Yes.
Yeah. Who just she's sort of sitting there nervously. You could tell when her mother brought her in, her mother looked disapproving as all hell. But it's clearly just you know, allowed it. Leaves the room with you both, and Raria just goes, "I So you know, I have some magical blood.
You do?
Yeah. One of your friends. They didn't tell you.
No, I don't even
Oh.
know who you are. Sorry.
She actually looks kind of happy at that. Like perks up a little bit. Like, oh, they actually kept my secret. I'm.
Oh.
I'm.
Nim hasn't found out shit about this kid.
Oh,
Wow,
I'm.
thanks for your utmost trust.
I'm a Maria Shining Blade. And
Okay, and your mom does not approve. No, why would you want to work in the service of Ula? And what can she do for you?
I'm a witch, and I want to learn how to control my power. And I think maybe somebody strong like that could help me.
Oh, sweetie, of course, yes. Oh, that'll be fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
That's
wow.
just
Okay.
that easy. It's okay. Yeah, this is fine.
Thank you.
Just remember that the spirits of nature and the elements are to be respected.
Of course, I
adhere to.
and I will give her all respect. I know she is a mighty and
She has way, way more experience than any of us. She
Yes.
knows a lot of things. She has been
Oh.
around.
that's such a relief. She slouches back in her chair and then vanishes.
And, also, if it helps your
She's
mom...
gone.
Oh, she left.
No, she vanished. Literally, she's slumped back in her chair in relief and
No,
vanished.
I go. No, she left. Maybe she changed her mind.
The door then opens again, and she comes hurrying back in a fluster. Sits
Oh, you
back
changed
down.
your mind. You
What's
came
it-
back.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I can't control. Very good.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what that is.
Do I
but-
bring an offering or something?
Yes. Do you have something that you would value? Not. It doesn't have to be your biggest value, but something that you value.
She pauses a bit and then sort of like reaches down into her shirt. She's got such wild hair. She has to like move it aside, reaches around back behind her neck.
No, dearie, you should keep your breasts. Those are
What?
important for
No,
later in life.
and she just pulls out a little necklace. It's just a simple string that has looks like it's a bit of a carved bone on it. Liz,
Yes.
would
Bring
this
that.
be okay?
Yes, it is meaning to you. Bring it to her and make introduction. She will give you a job of service. It probably won't be something immediate, but it will be something that you will be able to accomplish, and then she will, in return, she is going to give you power and ability to enact things.
Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am. She actually
Go to-
stands up
go-
and
go
bows to
to-
you.
Go to the letter and say that Nim has sent you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Right, and she'll bow, curtsy, and then rush on out. As she leaves, the door remains open, and you can see her mother staring after her, looks in at you, and there's a look of severe worry on her face.
Shining Blade,
Nim,
you worried about that?
yes, of course I am.
I can have a word with my patron. I think it would be good for your daughter, though.
It would be unkind to
She
her
said-
to interfere in her desires.
I have no idea what is going on with that girl. Why did she leave?
She'll step in and close the door behind her.
She was talking to me, and then suddenly she just left. She was
Her
like,
father's a
I'm
fae.
so excited. Alright, Nim has a look like loading screen.
Her father's a fae. She has fae blood, and it manifests itself in.
I did not know that when I made pact. It will
Wow.
not cause problem, but it is. I am sorry. I think Fula could still help her.
I hope so.
She told me she was weak, so I was like, oh,
I
that
wish
is
she
fine.
would stop saying that about herself. She's not.
There she is now.
Oh God, she sort of like pinches her brow a bit.
I'm just imagining the mindset of why couldn't she just use a sword like me?
At the very least, she is making a respectable pact with a known quantity that the town is allied with. That is way better than if she went behind your back and made friends with a demon.
Can I
That's correct.
ask you a small favor, or maybe a large
can-
favor?
Yes.
Talk to your patron. Don't tell her to deny her anything. Just try and get her a pact that she can amicably break.
That is why I was saying, did you want me to ask my patron to give her a easy to accomplish pact
If you could.
and something that maybe she can leave service eventually with some training?
I'd appreciate that.
Consider it a kindness for the town. I will make this inroads for you. I do not think Fula would be against it. She would want the town to be better, and having uncontrolled mage is not good for town and is not good for Fula.
She nods and goes, and I don't mean this as disrespect to you or your mistress, but I want my daughter to have the utmost freedom in her life.
I can understand that a bit, but I can tell you that should be a mark of pride that she would be worthy of Fula.
And I'm petrified that she's going to stand beside us and fight in this. This is what these pacts are for, after all.
She is your daughter.
And I'd never wanted her to follow what I do at all.
I cannot promise anything about what is coming in the battle. I wish a lot of people could just not be on the battlefield. A lot of people I would like to have not be on the battlefield. That's sorcerer you sent me. You really trust that one?
Morlin, he's blunt in what he wants, which at least you know on face value. I can't say that I'm overly fond of him.
I am probably going to refuse that one. I did bad feely.
She nods and just goes, frankly, I'd rather your patron's power went to somebody that didn't already possess some as well.
Honestly, I was hoping for more regular townsfolk.
Those are just the ones that have approached me and that I can vouch for. I'm sure you could potentially find others. And said I had to be careful, can't really go around saying, the strange being moving into our town's waters. Well, she can also grant you power, and it sounds like devilry.
It does sound like something that people would be upset about, but she is here to help, not hurt.
I know that, but you have to be cautious with how you present this to people, and we've had precious little time to do it gently.
No, I understand that we're asking a lot of people to expect that something that is not agreeable under normal circumstances suddenly is.
But if you
under
want
normal
to,
circumstances, you would probably have kicked me out of the guild by now, and that would have been that.
she sort of sways her head side to side. Is like, I can't fully say you're wrong. Still, the guard are aware of what's going on, so there shouldn't be any problems there if you want to go around and make gentle inquiries and suggestions.
Can I be honest with you?
Please.
Well, for one, I'm a fiercely jealous person, and it is very hard for me to share my love with Fula to other people. But beyond that, each person that I bring into the fold, it is regular people I talk about that I wish would come forward. If I go looking for them, then I am putting a spear in their hand and expecting them to fight. I was just hoping that
she actually laughs and comes and sits down near you, and she goes, "You know that we are forcing people into a militia right now. We are literally forcing spears into people's hands."
Yes, and I want to say, I understand. That is awful to be the person having to do that. So I
understand.
Are you okay with me doing that as well?
If you can bear the burden, I give you permission.
Okay, I will do this.
Perhaps watch the waters where the display was last night. Those curious will likely be lingering.
This will be a long-term problem, you know.
I know. This, even without Knowles, we've got a long-term problem here. A few more warlocks won't hurt it. I've got to
I'm
figure
not
out.
worried about the warlocks. I'm saying that there is a merit in your town, and people will covet that power.
You know, I was coveting the situation. It's not something I'd even considered.
Hmm.
I've been wrapped up thinking about this delicate balance that we're going to have going forward. You know, I realize it's
This
going to be a
is-
game of power, right?
Oh, of course. Who's in charge, right? Have you thought about who you're going to have as your third party?
I have no idea. Who can even act as such in this kind of situation?
Hmm. Somebody who can mediate between a powerful Morid and the civilizations of man.
That's an absurd qualification to seek.
Yes. It is a shame that Wilhelm is just so knowledgeable.
Murian is not the worst idea, though. That has its own issues. Will the
the other
men
accepted-
decide that the undead is worth listening to as mediator?
This is true. Unfortunately, the problem is finding somebody who is powerful that she would respect in return. She would respect, I think, Wilhelm. He is a pure soul, as she says. Him and Hevde. She admires them.
Hmm.
But other than that, it would need to be a being of great power and not a wizard.
Well, Noel's first. Yes.
Those first. And if I am there, where your daughter is fighting, I will do my best for her. But I do not know where I will be.
If things turn bad, take her with you, please.
Across the battlefield?
Away from here.
Oh, you mean Fleetown?
She just nods, and
Ah.
you can see a severe look of guilt on her face.
I am not the person to ask that. That is Maltori. That is Cassian.
Now Tori cares for you.
I will ask him to take your daughter when they leave, if it happens. I will not be leaving.
Yeah, she just smiles at you and nods.
Not for heroism, but for loyalty.
To Fula.
Yes. I would not abandon my patron. That is beyond anything I could consider. That is worse than death.
Well then, I'll tell the denied applicant, and I bid you.
And I guess I will go stroll the streets like
Yes.
a night walker.
I wish you well finding people worthy of your mistress.
Mm-hmm. And I do not envy your hard job. Thank you, Shining Blade.
She just nods again before she stands up and leaves the room, leaving the door open for you this time.
Shining Blade.
Yes.
I had one thought.
Yes.
They're in the most dangerous time right now, setting up our defenses. We know that are coming. What if they don't just fly in?
What do you mean?
I had thoughts. They can turn into lots of animals. What if they turn into like rats and snakes and slip in? What if they're spying? We should be wary.
We'll just have to deal with it as it happens.
I get paranoid. Maybe I am crazy, but
No, it's a very real threat.
I think we need to be careful. The old lady, Clara, She is. She helped us with the infiltration that we did. She was able to sell Taryc a potion that masks the scent of people. Maybe we should do that in some places for throwing the gnolls off. I don't know. I thought I'd tell you about it. It was one of our tricks, and I could see it being used, at least to muck them up a bit, even if you just did a big area and not just specifically the buildings. So that way they just don't know what building to look at for people.
If she has more of that, then we could make good use of it.
Mm-hmm. Or at the very least, it gives us the idea we can burn incense. Tanneries are really stinky. Things that throw off their scent, you know?
Yes.
Gnolls are dangerous hunters. All right, goodbye, Shining Blood. Goodbye.
Speaking of gnolls, you'll have a shipment arriving at your abode for them.
Ashen wands.
A few bits and pieces, yes.
I appreciate it.
Please keep an eye on them.
I will. I saw those horses, and we need anything that we can get for an advantage right now.
I'm just very concerned that in our desperation for allies and advantage that we are bearing our throats. So,
Yes.
we do what we can.
Maybe we figure. I don't know. I don't know how to do any more of this. It is kind of crazy. I think I want with the giants and undead and gnolls of not Taryc variety. Taryc is a regular fine gnoll. Crazy gnolls are different.
Well, good day to you, Nim. Oh, yes?
Also, I need you to know that drug that
hell drug.
gnolls use. Yes. A bag dumped on me when I was in the encampment, and I received the dosage.
Are you okay?
I have been treated by Matori, and it was awful getting it out.
I thought
I
that was
do
supposed to be
not know.
damaging to the soul.
It is. That is why I am telling you.
You
Understand
should.
me?
Yes, I understand you. You should see one of the priests as soon as possible.
All right, I will try to do that.
So much on the plate,
Yes. I like being paranoid. It keeps me feeling alive.
Yeah.
Right, now, actually.
Yeah, she laughs and she's going to leave. Cassian.
Real quick.
Yes.
Folks, try getting back into Roll20.
Give it a refresh or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Control refresh.
Yeah, because I got in a while ago.
They're just now saying that the server's coming back up.
Yeah, I see everybody joining, so I'm in.
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Right, Cassian.
Yes.
In the morning, over breakfast, Awful will actually sort of pull you aside and go, are you able to spend some time now?
Yes. Yuli, did you get that message I sent you?
Oh, let me see. Okay. Check. This Canatin, were they at the tower?
They were in the city.
in the same city?
He was in the same city before I left. I
Okay.
had spoken to him the night before I left, and his response was that he was going to look into what was going on, and I had not heard from him since.
Cassian, when
Yes.
you do that sending, you
Mhm.
don't get a response, but you do get. Actually, give me an Arcana roll.
That'll be 1 second. I'm trying to get things back up and making sure nothing has gone missing. Arcana.
You don't get a response, but you will recognize the feeling of something interfering. You're not sure whether it's your message being blocked or the reply being blocked.
But something's being blocked.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an interesting thing. I'm going to have to think about that. And I'm not going to send another casting that night.
But yes, in the morning, Orpha does pull you aside and just go, "Would you have some time for some scribing?"
I can.
Marvelous. Right. Is there somewhere we can sit and not be disturbed?
Cassian will lead him into the old library.
Okay. He'll sit down with you and. Right. He did make an effort to grab a lot of his papers. I thought he handed them off to somebody. Does anyone remember who that was? He wanted somebody with the capacity to carry stuff.
Sorry, I just mean I want to say it was actually Cassian because
Might have been
I
Cassian.
think it was done after the rest of the
I thought
group
it was Noah, weirdly
part.
enough.
Was it Noah? Okay, so before. Actually, wait, hold on. I'm
That
saying
was
the
the
same
first in
thing.
my mind
before we-
too.
It
I thought-
was pretty immediate because he wanted you guys to leave him and
Mhm.
go.
Yeah, and I thought they pushed it. They didn't give an option for one of us to take it. I thought they pushed it into Noah's arms.
Okay, that might be it. In that case, Noah, you were also before he grabs Cassian, Orpha will actually appear to you and go, I'm sorry, your name?
Noah.
Noah, thank you. You have my notes from that night, yes?
Pass themselves down. Here it is. Yeah, right here.
Right, they'll sort of quickly take them from you and sort of leaf through them and just no, go, thank you, thank you. Good morning, good day. And they quickly hurry away from you to get Cassian.
Good day, good night, goodbye.
And they pull out the notes with you,
Didn't
Cassian.
write them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sort of, even as they sit with you, you see them like putting them out on the table, and it's a mix of like schematics, writings, and such. And you can see a fake look of distress on his face as he shakes his head and goes, "I wish I could have grabbed everything. Right. Ritual. Ritual is important. You should write this down.
Explain to me what we are working on first.
I want people to know how to do this, how to
Do what?
make firearms. I didn't do this for myself. You understand that, right?
All right. First, I need you to explain to me. Give me the reasoning, please, because what I know, this is very bad in juju.
It's not. It's not bad juju. It's just it's an inane ruling by a god. Why shouldn't we be allowed to have this kind of power? Morgani's kind throw fire from if you can throw fire from your very fingertips. You could level a building on a whim, right? Tell me you couldn't.
I can't level a building. I can set fire to a building, maybe,
You're going to be able to, aren't you?
if I live long enough.
And then those born with the right blood, they don't even have to learn like you do, right?
So
You can
you're
hear
looking for
Iala coughing upstairs.
so you're looking for an equalizer.
It's not even that. I'm not saying there's a great threat from mages or anything like that. I'm just saying it's a hypocrisy to allow one kind of power in the hands of these people and to deny us advancement to try and meet it. Why? Why are we not allowed to do this?
Alon may have a reason, and we don't know. It could have been something recent. It could have been something in the far past. Who knows? But Talon probably decided this for a reason.
Any good reason. It's a tool. It's the ability to defend ourselves. It's beautiful. I worshipped Talon deeply. I still do, in a way. And I see beauty in the craft of these things. I just don't agree that they should be forbidden. Why allow us the crossbow over the bow, and yet not this?
That I can't answer because I have never spoken to Talon, and I probably never will. I can draw, I can write. I will write stuff down for you.
Thank you. If you do not feel comfortable distributing it or anything like that, I can take the writings and have them sent elsewhere. I just need somebody that can listen to what I'm saying and order it. He actually just pushes a few of the pages over to you, and while there is clever writing here, it is jumbled.
Cassian's looking at this, flipping through it, looks up at him, just deadpan. Are you sure you're not a mage?
No, never had
I
the.
mean, whole. He's going through this. I have seen notation that. Okay, yeah, I can help you get this in order, but it's going to take a while.
Also, is it
Cassian's
true?
still going through the pages, just looking at, going, what?
Give me an investigation check as you're going through.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to re-roll that.
You're going to re-roll that. That's much better.
That's a bigger roll now.
Something catches your eye as he's speaking, and it's one of those cosmic serendipitous moments as he asks you, it's true what they say about wizards, right? That you understand sacrifice for power. That you see a passage talking about the ritualistic spilling and profaning of blood to enable a sigil on a firearm to work.
Is he talking that, or
He just asked you. It's true what they say. Wizards understand sacrifice for power, and you are reading the rest of that.
some things require sacrifice and sometimes it's just not worth it?
It
Sacrifice can lead to many bad things if you're not careful.
then judge me as you will, as I talk. Yes.
I'm not the one you have to worry about judging you. And Cassian's going to start pulling out his calligraphy supplies.
Okay. He will start talking to you, and for the longest time, it is rote mechanics. It is chemistry. It is stuff that Cassian might find very interesting. But there's nothing unusual to it beyond it being advanced knowledge. And actually, go. Do you have calligraphy trained?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and give me a calligraphy roll. Using intellect.
And of course, my rolls are going to be absolutely. It didn't query my attribute.
Yeah, looks like it's using a lower attribute there.
So we're going to go with that, and then proficient. Change
Well,
that.
what's the difference?
Which one is which? 5 plus 3.
3
It's
would
not
be your
even adding
proficiency,
my.
right?
It's not even adding my skill.
Okay,
Well,
it used
it's
strength, so add what's your intellect, +5?
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
that'd be a
+5.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, 13. You're keeping up. It is difficult because he's using words that you are unfamiliar with, so you have to make sure that it's spelt correctly. You're not entirely sure about some of the terminology, so you can't really do it in a quick pass. But you're getting it down. And that's what it will be for a while.
Cassian's actually running parallel writings,
Mhm.
and he's actually putting a footnote on it and creating a glossary on a definitions page and glossary on another page.
Okay. I don't think you can achieve that with a 13.
It's what's taking much longer, because as he goes, I need to know what this is, and then spends
Okay,
time
if
going
you
over
want
to the other
to,
page.
if you want to do that, it will take longer, so we'll count that
Yeah.
as going further in. Right.
With a pen in every hoof.
All right. That's that.
I have multiple pins. I can use both hands.
As you're doing that, was anybody other than Nim and Cassian looking to do anything in the morning?
I think Iala is just gonna do her morning flight. Usually it's to stretch her wings, but now she's been kind of just checking the horizon when she goes up.
Okay.
When
You go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh no,
Your favorite.
you're flying, and it's a perception check.
Don't worry, I can do this. I'm a new dragon.
She's gonna look down for the first time. Come on, you can do it.
Perception is
I don't know if looking down will help either.
13.
Huh?
That's all right. You can see far in the distance on the horizon. You get that faint dusting cloud as a large body of people move.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I
There's-
see that. Nah,
yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah. Logram's guesstimation of a day or two out is probably verging closer on the day.
Oh, it's rather close. She does just a few more stretches and dives back down to the house.
And I imagine you pass information on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taryc, you were saying something earlier?
I was gonna ask when exactly is it a full 24 or is it till dawn type thing?
Oh, we're gonna say till
on
dawn.
Okay, so when I get up I am back to normal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go reintroduce myself to the other gnolls.
Okay. You're way less warmly received.
Yeah, I
there
figured.
is a lot of posturing and so on. Which how do you want to respond to that?
Saeed,
And I'm
sick him.
gonna. What did you just say?
Saeed
Saeed,
sick 'em.
sick 'em.
Oh, face inside, lick them. Like, let's not have the acidic.
That's
drink do
basically what happens when you sick Saeed on somebody. I
Pretty
think.
much. I mean, there's more gumming
Mhm.
involved. Because we're doing this, I'm going to stand my ground, but I'm not going to try to overpower the matriarch because that's not a
Notably,
group.
the matriarch is not one of the ones posturing at you. It is her sisters.
I just say Renda
The
and
yeah. It is Renda and Parla.
Pala.
Gadri seems to be. She has that, even though she's been dispelled, she has that sense of like, I don't need to prove myself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll stand up against them. I mean,
Right,
technically,
go
this
ahead
is
and roll me an
actually my
intimidation check.
house.
All right.
20.
Wow.
So there's
you
some
paw.
snarling, baring her teeth, making yourself look bigger between the three of you, and there's no submission. Like no one sort of bows their heads and such, but like the doors just close. There's a stare, and then like they just sort of turn and motion you in.
We'll step on in and good morning, everyone.
Gadri sort of sits up a bit more in your bed, trying to make herself look a little bit more presentable. And she looks you over and goes, "You're the pup."
Yes. Was payment to use the genie's room to sneak us all in, and had already had an encounter with the group once and did not trust someone not to catch my scent again if I went through.
You look strong.
I would say yes.
Now, let's see how you account for yourself in the coming battle. Maybe you will help rebuild tribe.
We will see what happens. We will see what occurs, but I plan on defending here with everything I have.
Good. Would you? And you see, like, she's having trouble doing the sort of ask, but she's trying. And she goes, "Would you bring us food for the morning?"
Yes, I was going to go down and start cooking myself. I will bring some up here. I will. Okay, sorry. Just kick back.
Mara,
I'm lost legend.
go help. And one of the younger gnolls sort of looks over at the matriarch, frowning a little bit, but just nods her head and will leave with you.
Okay. Gonna go on down and start the cooking.
Right. And you have
I can't
a
believe you're cooking food for the gnolls. They eat it raw.
Well, not every. Well, cooking doesn't have to involve actually heating at all either.
also nothing says that these ones have to eat raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Right.
I mean, I've
do that. Noah. Anything you
Noah's here.
decide?
Noah is going to
Did you want
going
to approach somebody about the idea for
oh yes.
yeah.
Who would I'd probably have to
Either
to
Shining Blade or a noble or the guard captain.
I'd probably head over to I think I'd head over to the guard captain actually because Shining Blade would be more central and
Mhm.
the guard would probably be more spread out.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. When you go to leave, Maltori is actually going to sort of come up beside you and goes, "Noah,
Yes.
would you like some company? I do not mean to
Sure.
be rude, but having somebody that does not look like some kind of mug-like beastskin might, beside you, might help adjust people to your new
That'd be
appearance.
great. Who'd be coming with me?
Listen here, you little shit. He sort of waves.
Lets them go by themselves.
He waves his finger at you for a brief second before he goes, Yalia, Yalia. Where the
That-
What?
where-
What?
Just-
He's coming down the stairs.
Go for a walk with this ungrateful brat.
Why do I have to take the ungrateful brat for a walk?
Apparently, I'm a monster man.
Does that make any difference?
He's just gonna walk off in a huff.
You can come with me. It's fine.
I don't want to go outside. I was trying to be nice.
Yes, the monster doesn't like the sunlight.
Oh, damn.
Matt, we hear this in the library.
Yes.
Cassian, just while writing, just yells, "He might catch fire."
Wow, you're calling him a vampire now? That's actually hella rude.
Oh wow, you're gonna
You
take
give
that
these-
sitting down?
I love sitting down. I'm gonna go sit down right now. Give these children a house to sleep in and to treat you like this stuff.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, he just goes to sit down in the sitting room.
Wonder why he's so upset.
Yeah.
You don't say like you don't know. Now get out of here. She pushes Noah out the door and follows.
Right. You can make your way across town.
Iala is just shoving Noah forward, doesn't even know where they're going. Just, I'm taking you for a walk now. Come.
As you step on outside, you can see there is Clara, with a few ladies from the bridge club,
no.
and they are going through your precious trash pile.
It's the monster hunters are here. Oh no, they're going through the trash.
Um, uh,
I can't believe all
switches.
those ladies can build bridges so fast.
and
Wait a minute.
they-
What is they going through my stuff for?
Your stuff
It's on our land. It's my stuff.
is the public dump.
And Mary
Doesn't mean
from
you own
the Bridge Club will actually stop sifting through things. She sort of comes hurrying over to you. She's still got a bit of spryness, and she goes, "Oh, dears, you're heading into town."
She looked at Noah.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Oh, she gives you a brief look, Noah, as if you're taking your appearance, but then just sort of carries on, and she's like, "Well, would you mind bringing us back some sorted pork?"
Well, I guess so. Is there anything else you'd like us to pick up, ma'am?
Oh yes, if you could get some fresh bread, and she's pulling out her coin purse, and she's actually sort of counting out some coins, and offers them out to Noah.
Sure, I will. I'll make sure to get you your groceries.
Marvelous. We decided to have lunch here, and well, frankly, well, your kitchen's a little bit of a disarray right now. But get yourself something nice as well.
Thank you.
She pats the top of your head, Noah, smiles at you, Iala, and then she's going to head back over to the trash pile.
I can't believe they're going through our trash like raccoons.
It's not even our trash. It's literally Clara's trash.
Well, I guess we can pick up sandwich meat when I go and give my idea to prevent people from dying.
What are we doing,
Oh,
Noah?
I was going to head over to the guards in order to. I had an idea on how to funnel the direction of the null tide.
They're on the horizon. Why are you walking around getting lunch meat for old ladies? Get going!
Because they asked.
Go!
Oh.
She starts pushing Noah again.
You need to come.
You are able to make your way to the guard post, where there is a brief bit of confusion because yes, this is some weird beast folk, but Iala is there and like, oh, this is Noah. Okay, strange. you are able to meet Melissa Crow, who sort of that constant tired look on her eyes, just looks at you both as you come in and goes, "Well, that's what happened to you?"
Uh,
I
a
had to
week long,
take it for a walk.
a pl- mm, a long, week-long play date.
I don't care.
You
why are you
asked.
here?
Um, I had an idea. Noah takes out the paper that they were the parchment that they were writing on before. There's a couple of a couple of houses in this area. Uh, Shows a little bit drawn on the map. Um, there, I was thinking if we could make them look like there's some sort of some living people there, like put some candles in the window or some sort of distraction, we could bait some gnolls into that direction and into the river where they'd probably become fish food
For
for
the
the Myriad that's now in the river.
Hula,
yeah.
Fula.
in case you forgot her name after spending like months with her.
You think they'll fall for this? I mean, that's a big stretch, isn't it?
I'm thinking. I think some of the more frenzied ones, or ones that are have their um have have their thoughts muddled, would try and take advantage of that. If anything, it would try and redirect stragglers into somewhere where they'd be more manageable.
Oh, okay. Right. It won't hurt to try at the very least. Any particular spots you were thinking?
Yeah, there's here and here and here. Uh, Writes it down on the parchment and hands it over.
Right. I'll get some men on that.
Thank you.
Right. Was there anything else?
I think that was the major
Okay,
thing
good.
that I.
Why?
Oh,
What was with the visits to the Rogerly estate over the last couple of days?
the what?
Visits to the Rogerly estate. Your neighbour,
Oh,
Lord Rogerly.
oh. We are just updating them on the situation of like this motions there towards their body and
Brightblade says that you went on a incursion into the Knoll camp. You visited him
correct.
just before that, and then when you returned.
Uh, yes,
What
that
uh,
is.
what interest does Lord Rogerly have in your escapade?
Well, I mean,
What interest do you have in our escapade?
doesn't everyone
Full
have
and complete interest in what you were doing.
doesn't everyone have interest in what we're doing? The town is kind of getting under attack, and it's like I would think that everyone in importance would like to know what's going on.
Well, you didn't visit the other lords, nor Brightblade, nor myself.
Out of character.
He's
I'm gonna give you guys an idea. You know for a fact Nim gave her sending stone to Lord Rogerly because we couldn't find the guild leader before we left. So they were the emergency contact we decided on before we left. You could use that information.
Okay. They are emergency contact as when we could, in case we couldn't reach Silverblade. They are in possession of one of our party members' sending stones.
I see. And
They're one of the closest people to our abode, so
matter of convenience then.
yes.
Yeah, really.
Okay. Right. Well, I shan't keep you any longer. Thank you for your suggestion. We'll see it put through.
Be on your toes as well. My morning flight, I saw dust on the horizon. They will be here sooner than later.
Yes. Yes. I know. Right.
Good luck out there.
Good luck.
He gives a nod and goes to leave.
All right. You're able to depart without any problem.
Okay, let's find that salted pork. I wonder
Right.
if any stores would be open.
You cannot find any stores that are open and selling.
You know what? This was a fool's errand, and I'm the fool.
But I'll take their money.
When you return back,
What was I thinking? Of course the stores wouldn't be open. Iala, why didn't you stop me?
I would I? It was a fool's errand.
when
seem
when you
perfect for the
return
job.
back, the old lady sort of watch you all approaching up the path, and Mary just goes, "Any luck, dear?"
None at all.
You can hear chuckling coming from a couple of the others. Oh, that's such a shame. Well, I tell you what, keep the money for your troubles, okay?
Because then that Noah realized the money they were given wasn't even enough to buy pig or bread.
You have 5 silver pieces. Add them to your inventory. More
I
enough to
hope
buy
you
what was asked for.
Oh, okay.
I
just
should
thought
have
that would be
known.
funny.
I should have known by the company that she keeps that this would have happened.
You see
Why?
the old lady cluster up with Clara. They sort of exchange a few whispers, looking over at you, giggling.
Ugh. You could have
Okay.
stopped us, Iala.
I had to take you there in the first place. Apparently you couldn't go by yourself. This is kind of your fault, Noah.
It's not my fault. I'm worried about the town. Why can't I go and give my ideas to the town guard?
Okay. So you add the coins to your purse rather than return them. You're gonna keep them.
I'm going to keep them out of indignance.
Okay, marvelous. Right.
Oh no! Oh no!
What are they cursed?
They're literally witches!
I thought they were part of the bridge club.
What do you
It's a
think the
coven.
Bridge Club is now?
Don't worry, it's harmless. Okay.
Yeah, all the items you've taken out of the thing obviously are more dangerous.
There goes by. People can attend to various errands. Nim, go ahead and give me a insight check.
Oh, okay. I can't talk Melinda into taking a pact, can I?
Do you want to try? We'd have to roleplay that one.
I'm pretty sure that one won't happen.
If you want to try, though, you can.
Who's Melinda?
Why not Melinda? It'd be
Oh
great.
shit, which one was Melinda?
The guard lady that always gives us
Oh,
a hard ass time about
Yeah,
everything.
the sleepy guard.
Yeah.
I actually
Melinda Crow.
think Melinda
Yeah.
Crow. I actually think Nim respects her a bit.
Okay.
I think Iala respects her.
Actually, I'm gonna hit up Melinda Crow.
You're gonna hit up Melinda Crow. Okay. On top of that insight check, roll me a d6 plus your charisma modifier.
Okay.
What is it?
Plus my charisma is 5, so 8.
You find 8 people that you would consider worthy
Okay.
to become warlocks. It is your choice of how many of those you wish to actually convert.
I'll give the spiel to the 8.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, we'll see how I do. not gonna be great, probably. 19.
Okay. You will get 6 of them.
Okay.
All right. And then we see about Melinda. You make your way over to the guard building. You're led on in just fine. Melinda actually sort of looks a little quizzical as you enter, waits politely for you to, make your way up onto the desk. And just goes, second visitation from your group today.
What the fuck? Who else was here?
Iala and Noah.
Oh.
You
was
left the sending
nice
stone with
time.
Lord Rogerly, yes?
Yeah, they get it back from me. They were supposed to get that back.
No, they did not.
They didn't get my sending stone back. We were when we left town. We were trying to tell the guild leader we were leaving, but she wasn't there. And Lord Rogerly and their son was at the guild hall, so I left them my sending stone. And then they wanted to talk about something, and then I was over at the
So
gatehouse with
you
you.
did not go to the estate to hand them the sending stone. It was for
No,
another
I was
matter.
at the gates with you. Remember?
So
You were staring at me at Arwa at the gate, and you
Yes.
were like, "Scowly face."
she actually frowns and goes, "I was scouting at you."
Yes, you were totally scowling at me and Arwa.
Oh, I apologize.
But you looked very intense, kind of like you were thinking about something, arresting us. I wasn't really sure. Anyway, so they were talking about the Roger lease. I don't get it.
Yes, your visitation to the
Did-
Rogerly estate before and after the escapade to the Knolls.
Oh, did Cassian maybe borrow some more books? He's been borrowing a bunch of their books. I don't know. But they have my sending stone. I do need that back. I don't know if anybody went and picked it up. But I don't really trust Iala right now because she's kind of got the dragon fever and she's stealing magic items. I don't know. It's pretty good.
You can hear the scratching of Quill where she's just noting things down. Right, and,
It's okay though. I'm getting my stuff back.
What can I do for you?
So I wanted to talk to you about the good word. Have you heard about Fula?
I'm quite aware of Fula, yes.
Okay, cool. So I am trying to find good people who I think that Fula would admire and think would be good for service with her, in that they would be loyal and that they would have the best interest of this town at heart. I do not know if you understand how Marid work, but when a Marid takes someone to service, it is a reflection upon the Marid and that their designs, who it is that is working for them, and the things that they do. So if somebody is bad character or bad at do things, bring shame to Marid, that is not good. Yes? Okay? You are a good person. I think you are very clever and smart, and you have town at heart, and you don't like my bullshit. So that make you pretty interesting to me. I think Fula would like you, but if you do not have interest, I am also interested if you think of there's anybody that you would entrust with service of a Marid.
You're asking if either I or any of my guard would make a
No.
pact?
I'm not asking if you want to make your guards. I am saying I am interested in you, and if there are people in this town that you would trust with power.
There is nobody in this town that I would trust with power.
That is fair. That I come to ask you. That was my moment of respect.
Well, I thank you for your respect. I politely decline.
I appreciate the candor, because it is better that we are honest about where we stand. I will be
Honesty.
giving. It is not one of my better traits, but I think this town matters to Fula now, so I must be better.
She sort of leans her head down, putting it into her hand, elbow resting on the desk, chin in hand, and she just goes, "Would you tell me something honest that you would rather not?"
Yes, in the interest of better dealings.
Okay. I'll ponder if there is anybody that I think would be responsible enough.
As I said, this town, it matters very deeply. I will not
Town
be
matters
leaving.
incredibly deeply. It is all I care about. And
Mhm.
I feel like I am one of the few on this little ad hoc council that is considering the town's future after we survive this assault.
Yes. I am been trying to talk to Guildmistress about there is many concerns I have. You do understand that Marid, while you are distrustful and upset about it, from my perspective, Marid is very desirable. It is coveted by magic users, wizards, such like that. They would want to abuse a relationship with such a creature. They would want to cause trouble and take her away.
You understand that I would not allow any disruption.
Mm, yes, but I feel like it is what is the word
Symbiosis.
between town and Fula now. Fula wants town to succeed. She will want the town to be famous, powerful, and strong, and she will want its people to be happy. That is reflection of her being good Marid in this town.
I will note on the pointing out of language and so on that's used in the setting. The word symbiosis, you will. I think you will realize that is not a word that most people understand, and is a word of higher education. Quite a bit in a fantasy setting.
Well, it's a bit
Yeah.
of an effort for Nim. She has
Yeah.
above average intelligence.
It's
so
not something your typical guard captain would be even vaguely aware of, let alone able to correct.
They'll just correct it. Div's letting it go.
Yeah.
So she's
Just making sure that you know that is a thing.
that is it is a thing that
Yeah.
she's more educated than Nim. But I understand that, and I want this to be good thing for town because I want this to be good thing for Fula. My loyalty lies with Fula. I will not lie.
And she just nods and goes, I already figured as much. I will see if there are anybody that could fit the position. She's sort of like playing with her quill as she says this, and she just goes, and as to the honest answer, would you please tell me what interest the University Estate had in your dealings last night?
In the interest of honesty, I believe it had something to do with I think it was related to Arwa.
Related to Arwa?
Yes, there is a connection of Roger Lee's brother had at one point been in contact with
You see her just move a sheet
Arwa.
of paper aside and just go, Matthias, Roger Lee.
Yes. I was not there for conversation.
And did you find any pertaining information about Matthias, Roger Lee?
We were hoping to find out if he was in fact somebody taken by the Knolls, but nobody answered to that name when we were taking rescuees out of the encampment.
Can you give me a deception check with advantage for the half-truth?
I did give a half truth there. Ching! Ching!
She just does a bit more scribbling and just sets her quill down and gives you a smile and just says, "Thank you for your time."
Yes. Why are you worrying about the Rogerleys? They're good people.
Lord Rogerly does indeed seem to be a law-abiding man.
Also, are you really watching who we go talk to?
I watch who many people of interest go talk to, and adventurers are always people of interest.
Oh, well, that is interesting to know. I will have to tell people their dalliances are being watched.
You needn't concern
You haven't
yourself.
you haven't at all been watching the assassins that keep coming into my room, have you?
Are you referring to? And she starts moving papers aside. It's the little brownie assassin, right?
Yes, she keeps coming in on me in the bath and in the bed. And yeah, nobody ever warns me about these things.
Is there a reason you haven't reported this?
I got laughed at when I brought it up.
By who?
My friends.
Perhaps they are not as much your friends as you would think, then. If you have any more issues...
Tell her that, please.
They don't think they are my friends?
If they are laughing about you being visited by an assassin, that's Miller Ashenblade, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Then they...
I got kidnapped in the middle of the night. It was awful.
She actually frowns and puts her quill back down and just goes, "That's a very serious thing. You were kidnapped by Miller Ashenblade?"
Yes, she thought I wouldn't wake up.
Okay. When was this?
It doesn't matter. I am not bringing charges against her. It is a forgiven matter.
There's a very tired sigh from her.
I appreciate it, but yeah, it is I will keep this in mind though when these things happen in the future and I am wronged. I will come here to you, okay?
In the interest of honesty, she says, sort of steepling her fingers together, I don't think you and your band are bad people. You may not be as law-abiding as I would want, but I understand that adventurers often are characters, and I can accept that. However, the pardoning of this particular band of ne'er-do-wells is of great umbrage for me. I have issues with Awa, issues I could forgive. If she does indeed assist, then I would consider that due penance. Miller Ashenblade is a cold-blooded killer. She has murdered men, women, and children. She should be locked up, or preferably hung. Oh, that is a difficult thing with brownies.
I'm not laughing.
I'm like brow furrowing at that because
Are you still in contact with Shane Norwell and Magog Half-Orcan?
I have not talked to Danger Shane, not since he stabbed Arwa.
Infighting.
Yeah, he it was part of there was a big mess. But I have not seen Magog anywhere. He was running around with Noah, and they did something and found out about the circle or whatever.
Yes, he assaulted a couple of guards. She doesn't laugh.
Why did he? What did they do?
They went to investigate the circle.
Yes, that they went with Noah to investigate the circle, and they said they told the guards what happened. That is what I got told.
If you see Magog half-orcan, you're not
He
going
is
to
a
tell
good-
me, are you?
He is a good man. He is just. I think he make decisions briefly and quickly, and mostly with his fists.
Magog and Awa are a thug and a petty criminal, and are of small concern in the grand scheme of things. However, Dangerous Shane and Miller Ashenblade, please understand when I stress that they are problems that I mean it in all sincerity.
As far as I'm concerned, Danger Shane has not done anything to earn pardon, as far as I'm concerned. But I am not the person making decision. Miller, she got on board to help out to give up the items, to help get in and help things. She cares about this town. She's just not good at showing it. Magog, he full on has been pushing that he is not leaving. He is going to fight and die for this town. He is a good man. Maybe he is not the best man. Maybe he make bad choices. Maybe he's on the wrong side of things. But he's not irredeemable.
No, I don't think he is irredeemable. I believe in justice helping those correct themselves. This is why I am fine with pardoning of Magog and Awa.
I would not write out Miller though.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nim. You're going down Maltori now, correct?
Yeah, I was going by Maltori. I probably should really check with him and make sure it's okay. But
It would be helpful if you could all actually file with the church to get your names on record. I believe Maltori is entitled to a lordship just by ownership of land, so
yeah, it will probably be good. Also, I am to inform you, I am heading off to church right now. I'm going to get looked over, but that Maldonium that the Knolls take, when we did our incursion, and did you were told about the black powder and such?
I was.
Yes. When we were investigating, a bag of Maldonium ripped open and hit me, and I got a heavy dose. But the mages in our group have claimed they have moved it, but it is supposed to have quantities that damage the soul.
Yes, you should get yourself checked out. On a off the books matter, she actually moves some of the papers away and just leans back in the chair.
If I do anything to endanger the town, please do put me down.
No, I would arrest you.
Okay. But if I resist heavily, do what you got to, okay?
Now, if you resist to
Yes.
the point that we are forced to use violence, and in the act of violence that you are gravely wounded, it would be an unfortunate but necessary matter.
Mm-hmm. I am saying I would no guilt for you as
I
far
would
as
not
I'm
feel
concerned.
guilty about pursuing the course of justice.
Yes, of course. I did. You have a very one track way about you. It is great, but it is a bit a bit much. You have bigger words than I have.
You saw Kretch, correct?
Yeah, they had a big thick tail and wings and claws and glowy eyes and horns.
She actually pulls a piece of paper out and puts it down in front of you, and it is a drawing of a horn that looks very much like his styling, the twist and curve of it.
That.
Thank you.
What is that?
It's a drawing of a horn.
Oh, Nim taps the side of her nose. I get you.
And off the books
Mysterious.
matter.
And off the books matter. Uh, there is sighting of Kretch with Mikey striped pants, striped black and white. Don't know what that means to you?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Give me a perception, insight check.
Then I won't give you any more information if it doesn't mean anything.
There is the faintest twitch of recognition on her face.
Because I heard a couple places they were cited, so I was just wondering if you might have known something. Okay, I'm going to go get checked out by a priest of whatever God will see me today.
What is your faith?
Bahamut.
Then I would recommend seeing a Bahamut priest.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to go, hey, my soul might be corrupted. This is a wonderful day.
Bishop Underfloor is a very understanding and kind individual. I think he would not look down upon you at all.
Of course not. We're about the same height. Finger guns.
She nods as if like, yes, that's correct.
All right. Goodbye, Melinda.
Goodbye, and give my regards to your friends. She ponders something for a second and goes, if I have given insult via my way of staring at people, please inform them that it is not intentional.
Okay, so you're not as mad at Arwa. Or me.
I am mildly vexed by Awa, but I am not mad, nor am I mad at you.
Okay, good. And yeah, if you want to have anybody get a hold of me, you can do that.
By Lord Rogerly?
Yeah, if you want to. I was actually going to ask, if I get my sending stone back, did you want it?
No.
Oh.
Do you want me to have your
Okay.
sending stone?
I was wondering if you wanted to link up.
I'm
but if-
afraid I am not looking for a relationship at this point in time. You are a attractive individual, and I am sure that you would have good qualities for companionship, but my duties come first. I am sorry.
All right. Nim, who wasn't thinking that way, now is suddenly thinking that way and got turned down.
Preemptively.
So she actually does droop as she went, okay, well that avenue is closed very deeply. I meant, like, did you want to be able to communicate with us without having to send a runner all the way across the town? But
Oh,
I appreciate knowing that I had no shot. Thank you and goodbye.
she just goes, as you leave. Okay. You are.
Man, that is hard.
Dude needs chocolate, ice cream, and some really good rom
She's gonna
coms.
go to Bishop Underfloor and be like, Belinda, tell me, dear.
What?
Right. Yes. Okay. You do go to see Bishop Underfloor. You actually don't go to the church for him, or well, you do to try and find him, but you're directed elsewhere. He is actually helping with spiritual wards and so on around the town. But he does a pause for you. You're able to inform him of what happened, and he just goes, let's take a look at you. Can you say some prayers with me? You've been reading?
Yes, I've been reading lots.
Okay, then how about you recite the Prayer of Diligence? You've read that far?
Yes.
Right. He'll have you stand before him and start reciting the prayer. Bowed head, of course, and you feel like just his hand settling, one on your shoulder, one on the top of your head. You feel like this very faint warmth. And he lets you finish off your prayer before stepping back and goes, there is a very mild the taint splintering at the edge of your soul. Nothing that won't fix itself in quick course. Just be diligent in your prayers, hold your faith to your heart, and you'll be fine.
Okay, so it's not going to get worse. It's going to get better.
If you start sinning rampantly, then there may be some little bit of corruption, but you wouldn't do that, would
Oh,
you?
no.
And I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine.
All right, what kind of sin counts though? Because there's a lot of different gods.
He sort of crosses his hands a bit and arms a bit and just goes, I could tell
'Cause I'm
you
not
all
pregnant
of the
right now, and I'm
things that are sin. However,
Mhm.
just be a good person. You can drink, you do as many young folk like to do, especially those from your land. And he actually looks a little bashful when he's saying this and goes, it's fine. Listen, you've chosen a good faith. Bahamut just cares about your intent, your action, what you mean, the little
Okay, so
vices.
they won't mind that I haven't had the sex.
Not at all, dear.
Okay. Because I'm really letting hair down.
I know Bahamut wouldn't mind, and I'm sure that you still hold faith in the daughter.
Of course, I hold faith in the daughter.
Then I'm sure she will understand. I cannot speak for her, of course, but well, the gods care for us, child.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bishop. And I will pray diligently, and I will eventually face Nami again. These are things that will happen. Okay. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
And he nods and waves as you head on off. The next couple of days, well, the next half day actually, is a little busy. As night starts to fall, there are sounded alarms. Horns blown from walls as like the approaching force comes into ready for you. There is a lot of hurry in the night to make sure defenders are actually in position. Last minute preparations, those things that just you have to leave until you're ready. You are asked to initially reinforce one of the weaker points. They are concerned, of course, about the assault on the northern gates because, well, that's where they expect the full brunt. There isn't a possibility of having enough people there, so any extra helps. They are also mildly concerned about the approaches across a western field. They think they see an advance of living gnolls sort of pincering, moving towards more approaching the sides of the town. And they expect, because they're slower force and maybe more numerous, they're likely to meet the brunt of the undead on the northern wall. The western side is a little unprepared for what they see moving. Which one would you like to go to?
We should probably go for the one where it looks a little less prepared. Because we might be an evening force for that.
You wanna go for the west? The west, so the north is reinforced by wall and so on. They've managed to get a
And
wall up.
Hevday's there.
And Hefday's there.
Yeah.
Matori's also going to be there to try and meet the brunt of the undead, see what he can do. You've got Kieran's party are dealing with the east right now. You've got some town guardsmen defenders at the south, including Shining Blade. She's also going to be sort of roaming around. The west is defended basically just by natural terrain. There is a wide little river there, a single bridge, but they are concerned.
Where are the giants?
The giants are going to be posted near your estate, so they are going to be on the northeast.
Okay.
But
And
they
the
too are sort of like, we can move very easily.
Yeah. And the gnolls?
The gnolls have not been given position.
Okay.
And have you tried to sort of engage them in discussion of what they're going to do?
Taryc probably would have.
Um,
Because I'm pretty sure that's being left for me.
Taryc will be told, sort of like, we will focus our energies here. We will help from afar. Do
Yeah,
not
so
want
there could be-
to step beside human who thinks maybe I am enemy.
Not a bad idea. Still not sure if I should wear the ring or not myself. Ah. Okay, so yeah, the West basically doesn't have anybody.
No, it
What
has
is
it has guards
the-
and town militia, but it's one of the flanks
It's
they're
not-
worried about.
Rough size, how long would it be like if we had to shift from here to the northern gate? Like, how long would that take?
20 minutes.
Okay.
Faster if you use magic and all that jazz.
Yeah. What's everybody else think? I'm kind of leaning towards
I'm-
the west since.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking west too, because like the giant mech is on the north, and the necromancer. So, and if there is an actual weak point that people are concerned with, plugging that up would probably be best for us and for our capabilities. And maybe if it's not that big, we can settle it and then move our force to another position.
How much of the river is blocking that?
Blocking the west.
Yeah.
There is a rather how much of the river?
You said there was a river and a bridge.
Yes.
And so that was on the west side. That's
Yes.
the terrain.
Yeah.
So
So it basically goes along the
that's-
entire line of the west outside of the town.
So you're saying on the entire west side of the outside of that town is Fula's side.
Frula has
Possibly.
like lots of little avenues. Even at the northern gate, like part of the town's central river runs through there. Again,
Mhm.
this is a canal town. There are lots of little rivers adjoining onto this, so she has a lot of.
Mhm. I'm just saying that she has a lot of access on the west side.
Yeah.
For
However,
that
she
particular
is
side.
not omniscient.
Yeah.
She can influence the waters heavily. In fact, I think you probably talked to Frula on that night, right?
Mhm.
She'll tell you that one of the main things she's going to be doing, she can influence the waters to like recognize something as unwelcome. She is going to be making sure that the knolls have no buoyancy.
Oh wow.
Oh,
She's not doing raging tempest as such. She is being clever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Just gonna suck them down, drown them.
Yeah. One thing you will have, Nim, is the ability to summon her as an actual force once. She tells you that she could appear for you, but it would drain her of a lot of her energy to act in such a way. So it's basically a emergency. Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
And for the interest of player knowledge, because we collaborate on narrative, these initial fights are not the only ones in defending this town.
Okay.
You are dealing with wave scenarios here.
Mm-hmm. I was just trying to feel out if it was actually as undefended as it sounded, or if it's really like
It's undefended
Hostile
in the
club,
way
hostile-
of bodies, people.
okay. There's not people on that side. Okay.
Mm.
But
You-
Fula's also spread across the whole town, so
Yeah.
she really can't just be over there. So okay.
Or she could be if you summoned her there.
I will say on the north versus west, with Meltori and Hevday there, they probably have a better time holding off until we get there if they need us than the west, which probably won't have a way to actually signal us that they need us.
yeah. The West is honestly sounding like the more desperate situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, would have I been able to get my sending stone back from Roger Lee?
Yeah. In fact, on the you could do that on that night if you wanted.
Yeah, because
Um,
so
I will tell
Maltori
you,
will have,
when
will
you
have
went to
one and
see
I'll have
him,
the other.
you actually came up on him preparing himself. He is putting on what looks like to be old noble finery that is meant for being spotted on the battlefield. It's very bright sleeves and so on. He's got this wonderful feathered cap, a old breastplate. Looks like it has actually seen combat. Like there's scuffs and marks on it. He's got a not a rapier but a basket hilted longsword. Like it is meant for serious fighting, but it is fancy. It's decorative.
I would have also told Roger Lee about my conversation with Melinda, that she's asking a lot of questions about us talking to him, and that I had told her that he had asked questions about Arwa and such like that.
He thanks you very kindly for your discretion.
Where I was obfuscating, where I told vague truth, but I also lied.
Yeah.
I didn't give the full story.
He is very thankful to you.
But I will say that there is a nose going around, so be wary. So
yeah, okay, all right.
So yeah, my other sending stone is, well, the other half of my sending stone is basically going to be with Maltori. So
Okay, so you got easy communication with the north.
Yeah, easy communication with the north. So
okay, right. With that, you all set off for the western side. As you're moving, there is still movement in the streets. Civilians still hurrying from their homes, carrying what they can. You see some people actually just like shuttering themselves in. People wanting to, that reluctance to leave your property to an invader.
Mm-hmm.
That convincing of, if I just stay quiet in my home, it'll be fine. Some are moving to the smaller chapel. Some are moving to the Bahamut one. Civilians moving other directions, just carrying pitchforks and such, just joining these militia. There's not enough actual weapons to go around, but they're calling for all arms that they can. And as you approach the western river, you can see and hear battle is already happening. The sound of chattering, laughing gnolls, some screaming almost hellishly, letting out these battle cries, the sounds of arrows flying through the air. As you... Oh, that's not how we move the group. That's how we move the group. I think this moves the group.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't like that there's people. That's awful.
I'm going to ask a quick question, because I know this came up during combat, during the previous ones. I think Iala has the Inspire Leadership or whatever that gives us 10 hit points.
Yep, you guys could have that.
How much hit points do we get? 11? Okay.
Everyone has 11 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Yay.
If you guys would like to place yourselves over on this side of the map, the left side, at the end of the street, we will have you down there for when we continue this combat next time.
Okay. And can I have brought helper?
Yes, you can bring helper.
I'm sorry, I did miss it. You say this part. Left.
Over back here.
Yeah.
And I guess I have Nami too.
Yeah. Let's move you guys back to the edge of the map.
I'm actually just not sure if I want Nami.
Yeah, you can have Nami.
I would have brought Saeed because.
Actually, I will say at this point, Nami is able to flex his wings. He is able to fly. It's not comfortable for him. But he has had recovery time.
Okay.
Nami does not want to be left behind if that wages into a decision.
What were we doing? Why are we late for the fight?
And I will have to make a token for legally distinct helper.
Yep. All right.
There's legally distinct helper.
As you run down the street, you can see way more gnolls than the tokens represent. It's just I'm not having you fight every single thing. Some things are kept up by other civilians. Likewise, there are a few more defenders than are actually pictured. This is just a representation of the battle. There is a teeming horde of gnolls. Notably, none of them seem to be undead. You do see some very large ones, bright glowing eyes. You can see that they are moving a fucking trebuchet into position.
I can shoot that one from here.
Yeah, see, it's a big battlefield.
Yeah. I'm excited about the fact that my 300-foot range means something.
But we will indeed do this next week.
Oh, I'll need to make a token for my dragon too.
Yeah, you're
My
so
city
Yeah.
dragon. All right.